Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clockwork Cantina, episode 114. It is Monday, April 11th of 2022. I hope you're all doing awesome out there. I'm one of your hosts, Josh902, and this is the other host of this awesome show.
I'm DT3. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. We didn't have a show last week. Mental health thing, it happens. You get sad, and then you just need time to kind of get things figured out. It's the thing we don't talk about much as men, but it's true. So that one was on me. I apologize for that, but feeling better this week. Been doing stuff around the house. Been trying to go out a little bit and try to get out of my funk, and I'm feeling about normal right about now. So feeling good. But apologies for no show last week. We got a lot of news. We've got a lot of stuff that we've been up to the past week. And in our main topic, we'll be talking about comics, some Marvel comics, because we read all issues of Civil War. Yeah.
First time we do an episode off of comics, man. That's gonna be cool. We've done comic book movies and comic book shows, but this is the first time we actually do an episode off of some comics. So it'll be fun. So there was we'll get into that in the second part of the show. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be exciting. So,
yes, it is. I can't wait to talk about it. Because there were things that happened that I was just like, wow, but that's for the next half of the show. It's just a little not bookkeeping, just a little thing. I've made it so that when we're talking about different topics, it'll pop up on screen. So like when we're fixing to do what we've been up to, it'll pop up. When we go to the gaming news, that'll pop up on the screen. You should be seeing it. I think it's popping up. It's not popping up. Why is it not popping up? There we go. It's popping up. I think my stream's a little behind us. Oh, I know why it's not popping up. There we go. I fixed it. So yeah. That's what it will be going forward for you guys. So just to kind of help if you're watching on YouTube. For audio people, it won't change anything. But if you're watching on YouTube and you want to skip through like something that you don't care about, maybe you want to skip through the movie news because you're not into the movie news stuff, you can move on to the main topic because that'll all be marked for you guys now, at least on screen. So yeah, we've got some catching up to do. So Daniel, if you want to start us off, what have you been up to the past couple weeks, my friend?
I have been up to a lot of Lego Star Wars because that game is out now. So I've been playing a hell of a lot of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I love the game. I've been playing the shit out of it. I have videos going up on YouTube of my playthrough. So far, Phantom Menace is almost all the way up. But right now, I just beat Return of the Jedi. Yesterday. And we're gonna be starting up the sequels with The Force Awakens tomorrow. So if you want to, check that out live, you can check us out tomorrow on stream. Otherwise, keep an eye out on the YouTube or on my YouTube, and then there's gonna be videos going up like every day. So we have all 9 episodes going up. Currently have done the first 6, and tomorrow we start at 7. So yeah, I've just been playing a lot of that on stream and off stream. I've just been enjoying the hell out of that game. It's been super fun, super good. I'm totally all about it.
Oh yeah.
Apart from that, I played a little bit of the Old Republic. There's the Rat Gold event going on right now, so I played a little bit of that. I felt like playing some Battlefront 2, so I played a little bit of that as well. Watched a bit more Ted Lasso season 2 a couple weeks back. Haven't continued that though, so I'd like to watch some more of that whenever we get the chance. Played some Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Played and beat on stream Batman Arkham Origins. Played some Halo Infinite and some Smite. And then I watched the first 5 episodes of the Winning Time Lakers Dynasty show on HBO Max. I have some thoughts on that. but we will save that for later because I think we're gonna do an episode on that in the future. So
I
we'll
think we
save that
are.
for later. But definitely have some thoughts on that though. Uh, episodes 1 and 2 of Moon Knight. Getting ready for 3 tonight. It's gonna be good. I've been enjoying the hell out of Moon Knight. It's been different in a good way for Marvel. So I've been enjoying the hell out of it. What else have I been up to? Episodes 2 and 3 of Halo. Watch that. That has been interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't like strongly dislike it or strongly like it. I just kind of it's enjoyable enough that I want to keep watching it, but I'm not like, oh man, I want to see Master Chief fucking not wear his armor this episode, or the case of the last episode, fucking Master Cheeks and shit. You know what I mean?
Master Cheeks.
If you know, you know. If not, then watch the show and you'll know what the hell we're talking about. I watched a couple of movies. I watched Alita: Battle Angel for the first time. That was cool. I like that. It's one that I've been wanting to watch for a few years now. It's been out for like 3 years now, I think, and I just haven't had a chance to watch it. Watched it recently, and it was cool, man. It to me, it kind of felt like an RPG or like a D&D movie.
Hmm.
I
I
like
need to check it
the
out.
world building. Yeah, I like the world building and stuff in it too. Like it was kind of neat. So I dug that. I found it interesting in that way. And then I watched Akira, the classic anime movie from the 80s. I believe it was like 88 or it was
Oh
late 80s.
man,
I watched that for the first time because I'd never seen it. I liked it, but I thought I was gonna like it more than I did. I
there's a
liked it
scene
enough,
in that movie that fucks with my
but
head, dude. It's
dude, that movie is yeah, it's when they started shooting dogs, like, oh shit, this is serious in the beginning of the movie. I was
mm-hmm.
like, goddamn. But yeah, interesting one for sure. I watched Coda, incredible movie, the Academy Award winning Coda. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I watched Terminator Dark Fate, which
Incredible movie. You gotta check
no,
it out.
no, absolutely not. I I, I have been this is one that I've been like so I'm a Terminator fan, but like I this is the one that I was like, well, I heard things about it, and like as always, I'm gonna watch things on my own to form my own opinion and whatnot and everything, right? Of
Mm-hmm.
course, but I just like wasn't like after the past several Terminator movies have just been awful, and this one is no change from that. They
Mm.
continue to just I don't understand why they keep doing the same stuff over and over again and just make it worse. I mean, it was cool seeing Linda Hamilton back, I guess, but like, I don't know, just the story is did not. I don't know, man. I will say though that I like the new Terminator, the Rev 9,
Mm-hmm.
played by the dude who's in the Latino Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield.
Yeah, I can't think
Uh,
of what his name is.
Gabriel Luna, I believe, is the
That's
actor's name.
that's it.
But yeah, that guy, he was he was good as the Terminator. But like, there's just I don't know, man. There's the beginning of that movie. Also, I mean, I don't want to get into it, but anyway, not a great movie.
Yeah,
Not a
Daniel
great
and I
movie.
talked about it in voice chat. We were like, "Here's how we would do Terminator," and every idea we
Yeah,
had is so much better than anything they've ever done. At least for these new
so
movies.
basically, to shorten what we were talking about is, I would steer away. I would go away from using the main characters. Like, stop focusing on Sarah Connor. Stop focusing on John Connor. Just do it like kind of like the way I would do it is I'd go like Rogue One style. I'd focus on a group of people, like in the
Mm.
Resistance or whatever, the Future War or whatever. That's kind of what I would do. But yeah, I don't know. They keep wanting to do you know John Connor and Sarah Connor and bringing back Arnold, even though he's old as hell now. And I don't know how many more of these movies he could do. What they should do though is just let Terminator rest for a little bit, because I think the franchise needs that. Although I will say, if you guys haven't played Terminator Resistance game, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That's kind of more what I would lean into if I were doing a movie. But anyway,
Yep.
yeah. So Terminator Dark Fate, not great. I don't know why they keep doing that, but whatever. What else? Oh, the last thing is I watched another Oscar nominated movie, Nightmare Alley, the Guillermo del Toro movie. Uh, it's a good movie. That's one of those weird movies because it's like, man, I don't really want to give anything away, but it's one of those movies that's like, I wouldn't say it's like I love the movie or I like the movie, but I wouldn't say I dislike it or hate it either. It's just kind of like I know, like, I haven't seen it. I know it's a good movie, but I'm not like, oh man, I can't wait to watch that again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I feel about that movie. But it's good though. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out at least once. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to. Watched some movies, played some games, primarily a lot of Lego Star Wars as of late. I've been playing that game a lot. I've been having a great time with that game. It's so good.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Um,
what you been up to, man?
all right, for me, it's been Ted Lasso. If you're not watching Ted Lasso, man, I watched it on. We do group watch, right? And we all watch it together. It's like if you're not watching Ted Lasso, I'm sorry for you because you're missing out on some
So good,
wholesome,
dude.
like good writing, like funny, genuinely funny moments, and like it just
I
makes you feel
legit
good to
love that
watch it.
show.
Yeah, I do too.
I legit love that show. It's so good, man.
You should check out Ted
I
Lasso if you haven't seen it. Like you really should.
yeah, it's so good.
Next up, I got Tiny Tina's, and I played it a little bit, and I like it. I'm gonna get back to it. But I started a different game because I had Xbox Game Pass called Weird West. Because you all know Daniel and I love Western games, and Weird
Damn
West
right,
is like, all right, and Weird West is like vampires and like witches and ghosts and demons and stuff like that. And it follows like there's 5 different characters, and you pick one, and then like you start off with just the one who's like the first one is like a bounty hunter lady, and like the very opening of the game, something happens, and she's has to put her guns back on for one last ride, kind of deal. So I completed her story, and then like the next character is like a pig man that I have not started his story yet. So the game is fun and enjoyable. I can see it getting a little repetitive, like you bounty hunt. So there's like unlimited bounty hunting missions, right, that you can do, and they're all
wait,
kind of
can you go,
similar.
can you bounty hunt for Jabba Hutt to finance your vet?
um, you can
Sorry.
bounty hunt for yourself to finance your guns and upgrades because that's what I was doing. Um, um, but yeah, Weird West is worth a shot, and it's on Game Pass. If anybody has Game Pass, download it, give it a go. You might like it. I enjoy it. I'm gonna keep playing it too. See, here's the thing. I was in a pretty good streak there, where I was playing games, and then mental health moment happened, and I stopped playing games and started watching movies and TV shows. And this always, I feel like this happens when seasons change. Like weather affects me, and like pollen and stuff like that starts to affect me, and it just like kind of puts me in dark places at times. Um, and so I haven't really been playing too many games as of late, but that's gonna change. I'm getting back in the swing of things now. Um, I also have Lego Star Wars. I have not played it nearly enough. Like I'm not even through. I haven't even completed the episode 1. So I'm gonna get back in that. Look, I already have my controller plugged in for when I want to play it later.
Hey,
Um,
nice.
so we will be getting back to that. Hang on one second. Let me adjust this audio thing. So that's a thing I've done. the other thing that's happened is I own VR now. And anybody that watches the show knows I wasn't anti VR. I was just like, I was a wait and see VR guy. And this VR was not even my idea. And yeah, I've ended up with it. It's right here. I have the headset, it's plugged in. Right here. It's a Oculus Rift S that my nephew bought, but won't run on his computer. And I gave him the money back for it. And it was $160, which for VR, it's not that bad. Like VR stuff's really expensive, but it works. It's. I haven't messed with it much. I haven't bought any games with it or anything. But I own VR now, guys. I guess I invalidate all my former arguments, but I own it now. I haven't messed with it very much though. WrestleMania happened 2 weeks ago, and I watched both nights. It was a 2-night event. I watched it with my dad because there was like a lot of matches that we wanted to see. Like I really wanted to see Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. That was awesome. I really wanted to see Stone Cold and KO kind of have a match, and they did. Like Stone Cold, Steve Austin actually had a wrestling match with KO at WrestleMania. He took a bump. He took a suplex outside on the concrete floor. Dude,
Yeah.
fucking, it was awesome. I wasn't really looking at this match, but the Miz and Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio was actually pretty good. There was a lot of good stuff that I enjoyed. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. My dad really wanted to see that match for some reason. Yeah, I have no clue why. I didn't even know my dad likes Johnny Knoxville, but apparently he does. So that happened. Overall, I think it's one of the best WrestleManias that happened in like years. And there's a lot of cool stuff. So that happened. I watched it with the old man. Moon Knight 1 and 2, not going to speak too much on it because I'm pretty sure we're going to do a show on it, but I'm enjoying it. Having a good time with it. Which brings us to Halo. Which is, it's so, I wonder how I would feel on this if I was a diehard Halo fan versus that I'm like a lukewarm Halo fan, you know?
I mean, like, just go to the subreddit, man. You know how how it would be.
But the thing is, even in the subreddit, there's still some people that like the show. I think the problem is, and I had the same problem, and I told this to Cody, I think, in one of the other chats. The problem is with the fan base at large is like, this is not the Halo they know. This is Halo, the show based on Halo the game, not Halo the show adapted from Halo the game. You know what I mean? It's just based on the IP and the characters and the names. They were never going to follow that storyline, and they were never, and they're obsessed with Master Chief talking and taking the helmet and stuff off.
Yeah.
Look, man, he says like one line of dialogue in like the first few games. Like it's like, I'm not trying to be like, that whole character in the games is meant for you to get in there. I feel like you can't do that with a TV show. Like,
true.
The excuse that he never took the helmet coming off things, I don't put any money in that because I mean we watched The Mandalorian and that helmet almost never comes off, and that show was fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's not the thing. It's like he takes the helmet off. That's fine. It's gonna happen. Like he's not a Mandalorian or anything like that. He is the Master Chief. You're gonna see him without a helmet. You may even see him fucking before this show's over with because, by God, this show is like, here's naked people everywhere. Naked people everywhere. We're killing kids in the first few episodes.
We're torturing him and killing him.
Like, goddamn. So, like, I'm interested to see where it goes. Like, and it's going to be like, I'm curious to what I'm going to think of it when it's over with, you know, like. I don't hate it. I don't hate it by any means.
How many episodes is it? Like 8 or 10 or how many?
That's a good question. Let me look. Halo TV series. I want to say 8.
Because we have how many of them out now? 3.
3. We have 3 out.
Yeah. So depending on how many more we have left this season, I don't know. See.
Where's it at? How many episodes? 9 episodes. It's gonna have 9 for some reason. And I have theories on how that show is going to fit. Even as a non-Halo guy, I have theories on how that show is going to shake out based on what we've played in games. Funnily enough, I don't hate it. I don't think it. The B plot in it is ass. I'll give it that. Like, I despise the B plot. I despise the B plot character, and it's not even like that character's fault. The character's just written very poorly, and makes really stupid decisions. And the reason I'm talking about it so much is I don't think we're gonna do a Halo episode of the Cantina.
Probably not. I don't think so.
Otherwise, I'd be like, I'm not going to talk about this stuff. I am going to talk about it here. The B plot just is ass, okay? Like, the moment they go away from, like, Chief in the show, like, yeah, I just immediately lose a little interest in it. And, like, I'm like, this character's going to say something just insufferable that I can't stand and be just dumb. Like, really. She's written so badly. But overall, I'm going to keep watching it. Like, I don't hate it. And I think people really need to... I had the same issue with Wheel of Time for me. I'm a fan of Wheel of Time, right? I watched the Wheel of Time show. They made changes in there I didn't like. And I was just like, well, I need to stop getting hung up on this because it's an adaptation. It's another turning of the wheel, as they say. And once I did that, I enjoyed the show a lot more at the end. So there's still some things I didn't like. There's one thing toward the end that I really didn't like, but other than that,
I still haven't seen the show at all.
I think since we're getting back into D&D, which is like another thing I'm going to talk about what we've been up to, you might want to give it a shot. Like, it might give you some ideas. You know what I mean? But the Wheel of Time show wasn't bad. It just wasn't perfect. It's an adaptation, not an adaptation. Yeah. It's based on rather than an adaptation for my thought process. Winning Time, Rise of the Lakers. Bro, this show I love this show. Like, I know we're going to do an episode on it later, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, I am enjoying the shit out of it. As a non-Laker fan, you should, or non-basketball fan, not even just like, I hate the Lakers or anything like that. I just don't, basketball has never really been my deal. I've never really given it a chance, to be fair. But, as someone that knows literally nothing about any of it, this show has me like, I need to go Google and be like, what happens? What's going on here? Like, I want the full picture, and the show does a pretty good job of giving you like the picture. So check out Winning Time, Rise of the Lakers if you haven't yet. I'm curious to see how it ends up shaking out.
Fun thing, interesting thing I should say is that it got renewed for a second season.
I saw that and I was like, awesome, cool. Next thing I checked out, and I meant to watch more of it, but I ended up getting busy yesterday. Tokyo Vice on HBO Max. Have you heard of the show, Daniel? Tokyo Vice?
I have, yeah.
So I have not watched this yet. When did it come out? I think it just started. And they had like
because I remember we were looking at stuff coming to HBO Max this month, and it just dropped like this month.
Yeah, they had like a 3-episode drop. So there's 3 episodes you can watch right now. They did like a 3-episode premiere. I've only watched episode 1. Bro, it's pretty good. It's got Ken Watanabe in it. He's not in the first episode a whole lot. I want to watch it more. And I recommend checking it out. There's definitely, you can tell when they had to overdub somebody, like with the language, because it's set in Japan, right? And some of the characters speak English, but it's not an easy language to learn if you know Japanese. So there's like a lot of like, they have to re-record some lines here and there. But for the most part, I'm kind of drawn into it. A bit, and the Yakuza's involved in the show, so a lot of cool stuff. Tokyo Vice, I'm gonna check out more of that. Last thing is played D&D. What day did we play D&D? Let me look here. I can't even remember which day it was.
Played on Saturday, no?
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
So we played D&D, and Man, D&D's fun, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you get in
Yeah,
there and you start playing, and time just flies by.
I missed out on this week, but I definitely am gonna be playing next week, next Saturday. That's for sure.
We
I
got
definitely
2 games
want to
playing
get in
next
on that.
week. Hell yeah. That's a lot
There's
of
a
D. That's the
Thursday
most
game and
D&D.
a Saturday game, and I'm gonna be in the Saturday one, so I'm looking forward to that. Because
Yeah,
I did have
boy.
fun the last time we played, like 2 weeks ago or whenever.
You know what's really nice about this West Marches style game is like, I feel almost no pressure, right? Like, the moment the game's over, I'm like, all I gotta do is wait for him to pick that quest and I'll have it prepped and ready to go. It's not like, okay, what do I need to do for this story to continue this main storyline and like a B plot? Like, that stuff is not there yet for this, and it probably will be a little bit eventually. But like, because the characters are driving the story, they're learning the lore and all that in this. It's not like it's some made up thing that I'm finding that I'm writing about. It's more like I have an idea, I throw it in here, and they find it. It's so much fun. I'm having a blast with it. Um, and that's what I've been up to the past like couple weeks, man. It's just a lot of TV shows, games. I went shopping yesterday. It was like the first time I've been out and done stuff in a long time. I bought 2 new bookshelves that I'm gonna eventually put in here once everything kind of gets. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed all the crap that I all this money I've spent on all these collectible stuff, but it's like it's getting kind of full back there. So I had to get into some more bookshelves, and I got them really cheap. So, like, my dad was like, "You got solid oak bookshelves for $20 a pop. Like, you know how
Yeah.
He's like, you know how much, you know how expensive the oak is, like, because my dad used to work in a cabinet shop, and make stuff like that, and he's like, we used to charge like, he's like, that's easily $400, $500, $600 right there. Obviously, I got them secondhand, but they look nice. And I bought a new outfit. I bought some new clothes. This new shirt I got on. I got new shorts on.
Hey, new shirt. Let's go.
I got these. I did some self-care shopping. You know, you need to do that sometimes. You need to spend some money. I bought some new Black Series that are over there on the shelf, and you know, I had a good time yesterday. I went out and I had a good meal with my mom, and I don't know. I feel better after it. You know, maybe I just need to get out more.
Yeah, man. Retail therapy's a thing, bro.
It's true. I was talking to my mom, and she's like, "I want to go see the new Top Gun." I was like, "Hell yeah, we'll all go together, family Top Gun."
Oh yeah, dude.
when that movie, she was talking to me, and she was like, "You know, that's the first movie like me and your dad saw like together in a movie theater, right?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So, right, like,
then you remember the movie, you're like, "Oh, I don't want to remember." I don't
which I think they also went and saw Purple Rain in theaters at some point too.
Purple Rain.
Right? So weird to think about your parents when they're young. It's like, I only know you as an old person. Anyways, we can move into the news. We've spent enough time kind of talking about our stuff, Daniel. So what do we have up first? Let me pop us over to the game and news one. There we go. We are now discussing the gaming news.
Gaming news. So first thing we got here is Xbox Game Pass is getting a family plan. Reports. Microsoft is gearing up to announce a family plan option for Xbox Game Pass subscription service. Citing trusted inside sources, Windows Central reports that this forthcoming tier of Game Pass will allow up to 5 players within the same country to play together using a single Game Pass subscription. This subscription would be under a single account holder, similar to Nintendo's family plan for Nintendo Switch's online services, or plans available through Netflix and Disney+. Windows Central states that the proposed plan would utilize Microsoft's existing family account system, which is already in use for its suite of Office 365 services. Exact details and pricing of the plan, or whether there'll be a separate family plans for PC and console versions, are not known. It is currently unknown when it'll be announced, but Windows Central speculates that it'll be sometime in the relatively near future.
That's cool, man. Like, I'm curious about the pricing. I'm very curious about the pricing, but like, I have Game Pass right now. You know how awesome it'd be if just like my nephew, I could also just like he plays games. Like here, you have Game Pass, boy. You don't even have to buy anything. Or even my dad. You know, my dad plays games on occasion. Um, like the reason I got into gaming was the old man. So like, this would be really cool as long as the pricing's not like
I was gonna
ridiculous.
compare it to the Switch one because the Switch has a family plan, and I'm trying to remember what that costs because, and I know that the pricing is different from
Hmm.
Nintendo and other stuff, but I'm just trying to gauge like what maybe we could maybe we could speculate on that because the the family membership for a year is $35 for the Switch. So I'd imagine. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how much it would be for. I was gonna say maybe it might be more than that for Xbox, but how much is Xbox or how much is the Game Pass like individually
I think
for like a
it's
year?
for a year. I have no idea. Let me see if I can find it. There was a damn. I wish I'd saved it. There used to be
Because I
like a
know
fucking like thing that had it like all out.
because I know that for the Switch Online, if you're just getting a year for yourself, it's $20 for the whole year. So for the family plan, it costs you like another $15 on top of that for the whole year. So that's interesting.
I
Uh,
don't know if they actually have a year plan.
no, they don't.
I think what
Interesting.
people were
Well,
doing was like they would wait for like sales on the cards, right? And then they'd buy like a year's worth. I don't know
interesting. Okay.
how
Well,
much it actually is. There might be.
anyway, it'll be interesting to see how much. Yeah, because I'd imagine there's gonna be a lot of people using this, utilizing the family plans, right? Because for
Hmm.
the Game Pass, I think it'll definitely be worth it,
Yeah.
for
Um.
what you get and what they let you do, depending on how many like you can you can have. Right? It says uh here that they're thinking up to five, so as long as you're in the same country, up to five people, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Uh. I bought one
Cool, cool,
yearly,
cool.
Loki says, and it was around $60 to $70 in chat. So that's
Mm,
cool.
okay.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I think the Game Pass is like absolutely one of the best deals in gaming right now. Like it's insane how, and I know that like that's like, oh man, Josh is fucking up Xbox's butt, but I'm not really. I was never like an Xbox guy. Like I was always a like I was an Xbox guy up to the Red Ring of Death, and I became a Sony PlayStation guy. You know, like um, I had two Xboxes and they red ringed, and Xbox lost me for a long time. This, if anything, this is the comeback for Xbox if Josh is up their butt because like I haven't been an Xbox guy in a very long time. Um, I just love that they put new releases on there. You can download them and try them. If you don't, I haven't wasted my money or anything. Like new things come in there all the time uh,
Yeah.
to try. Like that Rainbow Six Extraction game is on there. You know, I'm not gonna play it. I don't think it's worthy of the title Tom Clancy Rainbow Six, but it's on there if you want.
They
um,
they got a lot of things on there.
a ton. They have so much shit on here, and more stuff coming. Trek to Yomi's gonna be on here.
Can't wait for
Um,
that game. I am very excited to play that.
I'm also super interested in it. So yeah, what do we have next, Daniel? If we're done with the Game Pass stuff.
Yeah, next up we have the release date for Warhammer 40K Dark
Oh,
Tide.
that's right.
We have a release date announcement video here if you want to throw it up for the people so they can listen
Oh, the
to it and
people.
watch it.
Let's get it on.
Let's
Playing.
get it on.
Want a good clean fight? Let's get it on.
Throne. Even the Ogren plays faster than you.
Looking forward to this game, man.
Same.
Oi, you lot. Aren't you
Love me a
supposed to
good
be somewhere else?
four-player co-op game. Playing cards, are we?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
I'll show you. You can think that's a knife. I'll show you a knife. September 13th, 2022.
Wish list now.
That is several days after my birthday, so there we go, man. That is that's gonna be hopefully a good gift. We'll see.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, there's a lot. 40K has like such a weird history with like video games, you know? Like, we had the Dawn of Wars, and most of those were good, and then we got into like the era of where everybody was getting to make Warhammer games, and that's cool and all, but man, there was a lot of trash in there, you know? Like, so, but
Yeah.
this is by a tried and true dev that have messed with like some Warhammer stuff. So I think it'll be a good time. Also, I enjoy the Warhammer 40K a little bit more than Warhammer Fantasy. So I can't wait to get in there and grab a las gun and do some shooting of some fucking chaos motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, dude. All right. Moving on from that, E3 2022 has been completely canceled. They are not having an in-person event, and they are not having not even a digital one. They've canceled it completely. So, they had a statement which reads as we previously announced that E3 would not be held in person in 2022 due to ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19. Today, this was on the 31st of March. Remember, we got news for the past 2 weeks. We announced that there will also be no digital E3 showcase in 2022. So, yeah, there hasn't been an in-person E3 since 2019 due to COVID. They canceled 2020 was just canceled completely, and then last year was just online. So how do we feel about them completely like not even having an online version like they did last year, just completely just canceling it like they did in 2020?
Like, man, it's a bummer, right? Because like, listen, we grew up with E3.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we say this all the time. We talk about E3, but yeah, we grew up with like I remember watching like fucking G4 and shit, right? Like when they'd go to all that, and yeah, dude, I have all those memories of that stuff, man. And
yeah,
then even like just more like within the past like several years too, like
yeah.
just like watching it on stream and stuff, and it's yeah.
I just,
Or-
I think we said it. We've talked about it previously. Man, I just think E3 is dying. It's dying slowly. Let me tell you why. So when they last canceled it and all that in-person stuff, and they did a digital thing, let me tell you, Jeff Keighley was back there, right? He's waiting. He's getting ready. Like, all right, they're not gonna do anything really. Let me do the Summer Games Fest, and people and companies started also doing their own showcases. Why
yeah,
would you go
that's
to
the thing,
E3
right?
and like spend a big pile of money for a booth and all this extravagance and stuff? Why would you do that when you can do your own thing or work a deal out with Jeff and get like top coverage of stuff, right? I'm afraid that E3 as we know it is dead, my friend. I really do.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was gonna say. That's the thing though, is everybody does their own like thing now. Like there's no they don't all gather up and I mean shit, Nintendo's been doing their directs for years now.
mhm.
Sony does the state of play, and like, there's EA has their, EA Play thing, and like Ubisoft has their Ubi, whatever the hell those things are called, Ubi Connect or whatever. And like, yeah, everybody just does their own thing now. So it's not like how it used to be where it's like, all right, we're all gonna wait until June or whatever, and then we'll all talk about our stuff coming out.
Mhm.
Everybody just does it whenever they want to do it.
And the other thing is
So
like
yeah.
the guys that do in charge of the E3, the ESA or whatever the fuck they are, the lobbying group anyway. They never really seem to really give that much of a fuck about it. And then there's like the whole, like, only certain people can stream E3 on Twitch and all that rigmarole that happened. You know what I mean? And like that, they just can have consistently, I felt, drop the ball and stuff like that. So
Mm.
I don't know. I personally think E3 is gone the way we know it is. Anyway, it may do like something, but I just think
Well,
I'm sorry,
it's
but
interesting you say that because we have another quote here, which says that um, this is from uh, what is it, ESA
mhm.
uh, that they plan to revitalize E3 in 2023 as a reinvigorated showcase that celebrates new and exciting video games and industry innovations.
Okay,
So
sure.
you might be right. You might be right about them like E3 being, as we know it, gone. But they have plans to revitalize it next year. So we'll see. Whatever that means, we'll have to wait and see next year, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm not too worried about it because like we have Jeff Keighley and like the Summer
Yeah.
Games Fest and stuff like that.
which, by the way, that is a perfect transition into our next topic because guess what, my friend?
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest will continue this year, and it starts in June. So now that E3 2022 has been canceled, Jeff Keighley is quick to promote that his
That was
event
so
is still
funny.
going off.
He literally
still
tweeted it
happening
like
this year.
after that happened. I remember that.
So this is from his tweet. He said, "Excited to share that Summer Game Fest will return this June with a slate of events. We'll be producing other kickoff live show with announcements, news, and first looks. Much more to share in the coming weeks, along with some very cool new elements for 22."
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm glad it's back. And I respect the fuck out of Jeff. Jeff is a hell of a mind for business and loves video games and like
Yeah.
it can be a little funny with like the Death Stranding and all that kind of stuff that happened previous, but
Yeah.
man, for the most
yeah.
part, the events and stuff like that were fun.
No, they're good. Yeah. I look forward now, like for the past couple years now, just like because he allows like co-streaming of the events and stuff, right?
yeah,
So
they go
we
out
can-
of their way to do it, right? Like
I'll be like streaming it, and I'll have Josh with me in the voice chat, and we'll be watching and reacting to the stuff like we did for the Game Awards like a couple months back. There's a bunch of reactions that Josh and I did because of that. If you want to go check that out, go check. I have a playlist on YouTube and whatnot. But yeah, like it's just cool, like getting to watch stuff as it happens with your homies and just yeah, it's exciting, man. I love it. I love it. Like it's the new E3,
yeah, your boy. Awesome.
So we've had a lot of Unreal Engine 5 in the news lately. And one of the big things that has come of that is that Crystal Dynamics has announced another Tomb Raider game that will be built in the Unreal Engine 5. So Tomb Raider had a tweet which says Crystal Dynamics is incredibly excited about the future of Unreal and how it will help us take our storytelling to the next level. That's why we're proud to announce that our next Tomb Raider game is being built on Unreal Engine 5. They have like a little they have a bit of a 40-second video in their little tweet if you want to throw that up. Hear them speak on it
Yeah.
a little bit.
I watched this live. Not live. I watched this after it happened.
And that's why
they had a keynote, which we're not going to watch because
it's long.
Go watch that on your own because it's like 40 minutes or something.
Unreal Engine 5.
But anyway, here's a little 40-second
Is to
clip
push
of
the
them talking
envelope
about
of
it.
fidelity and to deliver the high-quality cinematic action-adventure experience that fans deserve from both Crystal Dynamics and the Tomb Raider franchise. We can't wait to take this journey together. Thank you, And congratulations again to the Epic Games team.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot in there. It's just like the announcement. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you watch the keynote, by the way, Daniel?
I have not.
So
But if you did, you can speak on it for sure.
I watched it, and like a lot of it is like technical mumbo jumbo stuff, and like these people aren't like the suave, debonair game developers. Like there's a lot of awkwardness on occasion with these.
course.
You know, it happens. But what they show off is fucking nuts. Like they literally give you. You can go download it right now if you wanted to, and start working on your own game, and like actually it'd be fairly easy for you to do with the tool set. Like they have a guy there, they're like, we're shipping this game with it, and you can do whatever you want with it. You could put skins over it, you could do it whatever you want. And it was just like, and he was sitting there, it's like I was making dynamic changes throughout this whole level thing. Like it is crazy, and it's really crazy. It's like how good it looks. There's a reason a lot of people are swapping over to Unreal Engine, and that's because it's going to be super easy to make your games, and it's going to be super easy to make them look fucking good and fantastic, and like it's nuts. Like if you haven't checked it out, like listen, even if you're not into that, like the keynote and like the dudes talking kind of stuff, you really should check it out, because it's like that's what the next gen, like the next games that are coming out, they're going to be using that. And that kind of gives you a look, like almost a little preview of what you'll be getting with those. And it's like crazy. Like it really is. I think you even posted in your Discord, like, this is fucking nuts as I watched it. So, I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Definitely go check out that keynote if you ever have time. That goes to anybody in the chat and stuff too. Like, it's nuts.
Cool. Yeah, it's exciting. Like I know we watched last time we did a podcast, we watched the Unity stuff too, and it's really cool just seeing how the technology for making games is moving forward. Progressing. Next up, some Max Payne remakes are coming from Remedy Entertainment after striking a deal with Rockstar. So Josh is excited for this. I can say that I never actually played any of these games, but here's the good thing: now that we're getting remakes, I'll probably get the chance to play them now. So let's go, dude. Remedy Entertainment is returning to the franchise that made the studio a noteworthy name in the game industry, and will remake Max Payne and Max Payne 2: The Fall of Max Payne. That's a heck of a title right there. Max Payne 2: The Fall of Max Payne.
Yeah.
The announcement comes with word that Remedy has struck an agreement with Rockstar Games to develop the remake. The deal is for Remedy to make one big remake encompassing both titles, both of the classic titles. The game will be targeting a release on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and will utilize its Northlight game engine. Rockstar will be fronting the bill for development, which will be budgeted to be in line with a typical Remedy AAA game production, according to a press release provided by Remedy. Remedy will collect royalties in the game after Rockstar has recouped its funding from development and publishing. No release window for the project was given, but Remedy CEO Tero Virtala remarked in the agreement, saying, "We're hugely excited to be working with our partners at Rockstar Games once again for the chance to bring the story, action, and atmosphere of the original Max Payne games back to players in new ways." So yeah, that's pretty cool. I've always heard good things about these games, but I never played them myself. So it'll be good to finally play them whenever this remake is out.
I can't wait, because like I played so much of Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, like the fucking bullet dodging, leaping, noir. You want noir games? I give you the birth of it almost. Like Max Payne has such good noir detective self-narration, like bro, like I can't wait for you to play the remakes. Like how when Mass Effect got announced their remakes, and I was like, I can't wait for Daniel to play this. I feel the same fucking thing with Max Payne. Like
Yeah,
it
I was
really
gonna say
is.
I love this era that we're in, where we're getting all these remakes of games that I didn't play back then, and now I'm like, yes, I can play them. Give me all the remakes. I'll play the shit out of your game if you remake if you have an older game that you're remaking, do it. I'll play the shit out of it. I'll stream it. Fucking make it happen.
Like there's a scene in Max Payne 2 where like he's like something's happening, like somebody's getting shot at or somebody's getting hurt, and he's like, I got the rise. He's speaking to like the player, right? He's like, got the rise of that old familiar feeling again. Alcohol and painkillers. And then he just starts shooting at this dude. Like it's like I love it. Like I can't give it justice by me saying it. I cannot wait to play the fucking remakes again.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh. I loved Max Payne. Fucking dark too. Fucking dark ass game.
All right. We have a couple more things here in the gaming news. Next one we have here is we talk a little bit about Halo Infinite Season 2. It's been announced. There's a trailer, and there's a first look at some of the new maps. And Season 2 for Halo Infinite is called Lone Wolves, which I'm sure Phenom is very excited for.
All right. I got the trailer up.
All right, it's a little less than 30-second
Yeah,
video.
let's check it out.
On May 3rd, join the hunt.
Vroom.
Lone Wolves Season 2. So it starts on May 3rd. So you have from now until May 3rd. So that's about 3 weeks. You have 3 weeks to get done with the battle pass for the current season, if you care about that at all, before the next season starts. So pretty cool. I actually am close to finishing my battle pass. I think I'm like 90 something. So I gotta play a little bit of Halo, a little bit more Halo Infinite from now until the next few weeks, just so I can finish up that pass, because I'm so close to finishing it up, But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to all the that's not the only thing that's happening. I'm looking forward to all the changes and stuff that they're gonna be doing to the game, right? Because they said a while back that they were listening to the community and gonna be changing stuff and doing things for season 2, right? And
Mhm.
Season 2 is finally coming out. I know that for a lot of people it's too little too late, but I'm still down with the game, and I'm still gonna be checking it out. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna be doing. There's gonna be creative director Joseph Staten said it that there'll be playlist updates, balance changes, new modes, new maps, specifically one arena map called Catalyst and one big team battle map called Breaker. New game modes include Last Spartan Standing, which is a free-for-all elimination mode, another mode called Land Grab, plus the return of an updated all-time favorite mode, King of the Hill. So that's all stuff coming on May 3rd. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I definitely like, of all the like shooter games that have come out within the past, I don't know, I guess year or so. Like I know a lot of us were looking forward to like Battlefield, and that kind of pooped out a little bit and whatnot.
Yeah.
This Halo, despite its like troubles that it had, I still had probably the most fun with that one out of any of the most recent shooter games.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to check out season 2 and all the new updates they have coming. The last thing that we have here is they had a Kingdom Hearts 20-year anniversary trailer yesterday, and at the end of that, they announced a 4th game. So we have Kingdom Hearts 4 coming, and there is a announcement trailer here as well, which is this video they have here is 7 minutes long. So obviously you don't have to watch the whole thing, but I would say, let me see, skip it up to where can we skip it up to? What would be a good point to start at?
I have
Because obviously
no
this
clue.
is a 20th anniversary thing, right? So
It's all together.
Yeah, so we want to start. I'll tell you where to start. Start it at 4 minutes Yeah, 4-minute mark, like 4:05 or something.
I don't hate Kingdom Hearts. It's just super convoluted, by the way. Like it's a little. You have to play mobile games and shit to get the full story and stuff. But
No,
this could be
it's
cool.
true.
This was also like no news almost ever drops on like the weekends, Saturday or Sundays. And then I got on Twitter and it was like Kingdom Hearts 4. And now I was like, is this a late April Fool's joke? You know? Like,
Yeah, right. It's just crazy that the first game came out 20 years ago, and now here we have the announcement of a fourth game.
right?
And it's like 1 and 2 came out so quickly, and then it took them forever to make a third one. And that's been out for like 3 years now, and it's like, oh, 3 years later, here's another one. You know, who knows how long this one's gonna take to come out, but they've announced it.
And I was just sitting here like thinking of like just the insanity that they could do with this one, right? Because
Yeah.
look at everything that Disney owns. Fucking, you could have fucking Sora with fucking Goofy and fucking Cap and Captain America and facing
Yeah,
like
dude.
like you know like
So-
Darth Vader and like a fucking stormtrooper or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that because people have been speculating that Star Wars is going to be in this because at one point in this trailer, I think there's supposed to be a shot of like a foresty area with like a leg of an ATST. Like you don't actually get to see it, but it's like if you look at it, you're like, oh man, that looks like it could be an ATST leg. And also another thing that I noticed people were saying is that Sora finally got rid of his clown shoes. He's wearing like normal shoes now.
Yeah,
it only
they've
took him 20 years, dude.
they've definitely like changed the look, right? It feels like it's
Yeah.
becoming more mature. You know, like it feels like it's sliding a bit more toward Final Fantasy, which is what it leaned on in previous games, right?
Yeah, look at that. He's
So-
wearing normal shoes finally. Goddamn.
Like, and I think they'd be crazy not to utilize what they have access to. You'd be nuts not to have like Darth Vader in here or something crazy like that, you know? Luke Skywalker showing up or something, or Captain America, or whatever. Everything that could go in here, you know? Like,
Boy, Tony Stank. Yeah.
Loki, I have no idea who you're asking because I don't think any of us played it.
一度退場すれば元の世界に戻れると思うな。
Kingdom Hearts 4. There it is, officially announced.
My question to you, Daniel, is would you play this if there's Star Wars and Marvel shit in it?
I probably would, to be honest. Like
I probably would too. I'll admit I'll sell out for it if it's in
yeah,
there.
yeah. If they had that stuff in it, probably. Here's the thing, like I remember like back in the PS2 era, I played a little bit of the first two games, but I was never like super into these games. Like I always just prefer like watching other people play these, right? But yeah, I obviously I've never played the third one, but like, and I never even beat the first two, but I remember like whenever I think of like the PS2 era, it's hard not to think of Kingdom Hearts because those were the first two games were like, you know, huge back then, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, so I've never really been a huge fan. Like I think it's a cool like premise and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But like for me, the deterrent is just how fucked up the story is.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
it's,
my
like,
issue with
shit's
it.
just
That's the
all
issue
over
with
the
it.
place, and I just don't know. Like, it's like, oh, Kingdom Hearts, fucking 35 and a half days on the PSP, and then there's like, you know, the Kingdom Hearts mobile game and like HD remix 3.75, and I'm like, bro, I don't have time for this shit, dude. Like,
You should not
fuck
have to
all
go on YouTube and look up a fucking 6-hour video on Kingdom Hearts to be able to play a sequel. Like if you do that, that means you've overwritten so much convoluted crap that you couldn't. And don't you shame me, Loki, in chat. You're damn right I'd sell out. You know how fucking hungry I am for Star Wars games? Bro, come on.
right?
You know how hungry I
but-
am? I don't care if it is. I don't care if I am standing next to Donald and Goofy. If they give me a lightsaber keyblade, I'm in there, motherfucker. I
dude.
don't care. Get
Hell
out of
yeah.
here.
Oh yeah, we out here, bro, with a lightsaber keyblade. No, but yeah, 100%, dude. Like, that's my biggest deterrent for Kingdom Hearts is there's so many games and there's so much of the story now that I'm just like, I don't even know, like, yeah, like I don't want to look up a 6-hour YouTube video. I don't have time for that, dude. Like,
No.
no. So that's my biggest problem with that. Is shit's just all over the place. But again, I like the premise. I think the characters are interesting and neat. You know, you have Disney in the mix and all that, and you know, Pixar characters and all that. But I'm just like, man, I just don't like. Nah, man. They need to fix up that story, dude. What they should do is pull a flashpoint and just like reset everything or something, dude. I mean, because
Yeah.
like fuck all
Bro,
that, dude.
You
I
could
don't have time for that shit.
You could literally see Donald and Goofy at the bottle of Hoth. Okay? Think about that for a minute.
Wearing those the parkas and shit, you know, and
Yes.
riding tauntauns and whatnot.
Come on. That would be hilarious.
I'm just picturing, come on, just Goofy, come on, Sora, get on the fucking snow speeder and take down the walkers.
Use the force. Yep. I want it. I want that. I want that now. I want it now. I don't care. I'll gladly be dumb. That's funny.
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Oh my goodness gracious. How do you not want to play our version? How do you not want to play our version? Chat. How do you not want to play our version of Kingdom Hearts? Come on. Oh my god.
It's called a purple dude grimace. A hit. Anyway.
Oh my god. I hope they use Dr. Doom just to piss off Majin.
Oh Lord. Anyway, we can move on from the.
Oh my goodness.
That's it for the gaming news. We can move on to the TV news.
Okay, let's move over to TV news. I'm crying.
Look at Majin's emote. He's like, nah. All right. So TV news. The first piece of thing we have here is that the Fallout TV series has cast Ella Purnell in a lead role. So previously this show has cast the Walton Goggins. But while there is no comment on the character that Ella Purnell is going to be playing, her character to sources is described as an upbeat and uncannily direct with all American can-do spirit, but intensity in her eyes, so she might just be a tiny bit dangerous. A little bit of a vague character description, but yeah, we have this show's getting more people in it. They're casting.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen her in anything. It says she's from Yellow Jackets. I haven't seen that show, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
I'll have to check it out at some point. But I'm like, just off the top of my head, I don't think I have seen her in anything. But that's that's not necessarily a bad thing. I like it when I call them unknowns, but that that's not really a nice thing to say, but
she was in
you know what I mean. Like somebody, people who are not particularly in.
She's the voice of Jinx in Arcane.
I haven't seen that yet either.
I haven't either. Yeah, she's never been anything I've seen, which is funny.
Oh wait, I have seen her in something. She was in Army of the Dead, and I have seen that. That's the Zack Snyder zombie movie. So that's like probably the only thing I've seen her in. Probably the only thing I've seen her in. But...
I only watched part of that movie. I never went back, so I don't know if I saw her or not.
But yeah, she was in. Oh, I've seen Kick-Ass too, but I don't know who she was in that movie.
Well, that was so long ago. She probably looks completely different.
Yeah. Anyway, that's cool though. More Fallout TV news is interesting. I'm not the biggest Fallout fan, but I want video game adaptations to succeed so we can get more, hopefully good stuff. But yeah, we shall see. HBO has revealed the premiere date of The House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel. And they put out a little poster with a dragon egg, and it says 8/21, so August 21st is when we are getting the House of the Dragon, which means it'll be 12 days before Amazon's Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power series over on Prime Video.
Pretty neat little poster.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me very, like, when I look at that, and I do think Game of Thrones, it's got the same font and everything. So I'm like, yeah, that's. So you see the egg, but if you look behind the egg, you see eyes on the sides. There's a whole ass dragon there in the back. So it's not just the egg, if that's the only thing you saw. But yeah, I haven't been the most like I haven't really cared about Game of Thrones after it ended, because who cares about Game of Thrones, right? After that ending and everything. At least for me, I felt that way.
No, I feel the same.
And but I do want to check this out because it is a different showrunners, different characters, different everything. It's just the same universe is the only thing. So I definitely will be giving this a go on August when it's released. Yeah, I'm hoping that they can not have like 4 good seasons and then slowly decline from there,
Right.
like they did with the last one. But I think like I said, with different showrunners, I will
I'll give it a shot.
I think I have more faith in this one, so we'll see.
I'll give it a
I like the cast so
chance.
far. I like the
Yeah.
cast. Like we have a pretty solid cast in this. We got Olivia Cook as Alicent Hightower, Emma Darcy as Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, and Matt Smith as Prince Daemon Targaryen. So I'm liking the group we got here so far. But we'll see how the show does. But anyway, release date finally August 21st. House of the Dragon, HBO. Speaking of release dates, our next piece of news here is that the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has an announcement coming to us from Mr. Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. And we'll just throw up the video and have you guys listen to it yourself if you haven't already.
Hold up, guys. My for some reason my button is not unmuting the audio source in my mixer. Let me restart it really quick.
I am very excited for the show. Obi-Wan is my favorite Star Wars character, so
There we
I'm
go.
looking forward to seeing what he was doing.
I have no
during
idea
this
what that was
time.
about. We're good
All right,
now. I
whenever you're-
apologize.
All right, whenever you're ready to play it, just play it.
Start it from the beginning.
Hello, Star Wars fans.
So
Thank you
Ewan
for all your incredible
himself.
support
There he
and
is.
response to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I have some important news. Our premiere date is moving just a couple of days
So they're
from
shifting
Wednesday
the
to
premiere
Friday,
date.
May the 27th.
It's
But here's the
Wednesday to
exciting part.
Friday.
The first 2 episodes will premiere
But-
together.
Because of the 2-day shift, we're getting 2 episodes instead of just 1. So that's very
So make sure
hype.
you tune in to both episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, streaming Friday, May
Friday,
the 27th,
May
exclusively
27th.
on Disney+.
Bam, 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 bam. I love that logo, the lightsaber, and
This
Pretty
is
cool.
cool. I'm gonna be at Celebration though, I think, when this happens. So I'll have to find time to do it, to watch it that day when we're over there, I think. But I'm excited, man. That's pretty hype, dude. That is pretty damn hype. 2 episodes instead of 1. Friday instead of Wednesday. I am here for this. Ready. Yeah. So from one star to another, we have another star show. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Paramount Plus. We have an official trailer for that.
Let's check it out.
So let's go ahead and give that a go. And don't tell me this is a trailer before a trailer. I think it is, though. It is.
Yep. I hate that shit.
I hate
Stop
that shit, too.
doing it! Stop. Please! Sorry, I got a
The
little
actual
loud.
trailer starts 6 seconds in, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. This is you, Captain? Our mission. To chart the stars.
I hope they get weird with it.
Push the boundaries of what is known. And what is possible.
I'm standing on the surface of
Well, it's called Strange New World, so I would hope they get weird with it, right?
I hope so. I hope it's like some of that classic Trek.
these people.
This May.
I believe we can do anything.
You wanted to seek out new life. Go where the aliens are.
Your presence is blasphemy.
Let's talk about this. Find some
I think that went well. Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems logical.
Maybe we don't touch anything else. Just a suggestion.
It was a long trailer.
the balance.
No one can know the future.
Feels like it, but it's less than 2 minutes.
I guess they just pack a lot in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they pack a lot in, like,
Together, that's our greatest
the
strength.
time that they have.
Dang, Spock's gonna be getting him some in this show. What the hell?
Shit, so is Pike, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, everybody's getting laid in this Star Trek.
Right?
I wonder what their rate of child killing is gonna be, because that's been happening in all these Paramount Plus show.
Oh, man.
I know that sounds so dark to say, but just like making light of the fucking thing.
It's gonna be alien kids, though, in this one.
Mm.
Anyway.
I apologize to anybody that's offended, but I'm making fun of Halo. Right? Yes, Majin, exactly. That should be their tagline. That looked
good, though.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. I from watching Discovery, like the thing I always say this though, that I was more interested in Pike and this crew when they showed up as you know, when they did in that show, more than I was about the actual main characters of Discovery. So I'm glad they're getting their spinoff, because I definitely will be giving that a go.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I like Star Trek.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I'm not as huge into Star Trek, but that's just because I never really watched it, you know. Like, I didn't grow up watching it or anything. So most of my Star Trek like watching or whatever has been like within the past, I don't know, however many years. Like Star Trek 09 was like probably like the first of it, and then, you know, I watched the subsequent movies and then Discovery, but that's pretty much it. So
My dad was an OG Trek fan, and he loves how cheesy and corny it is. And he'll have it on, and I'll watch like an episode with him, and I'm just like, I'll look over at him, and I'm like, how can you stand this? This is terrible. but like, there are episodes in classic Trek that are fantastic, but there are episodes in there that are bad. But like for me, I really like TNG, like the Next Generation Trek. Like that's, and I'm a recent convert to Trek, you know, not convert, but like, you know, I'm a recent Trek fan. With that, and I haven't watched that except for the last few years. So, like, I like the TNG, and I want to give this a shot. I want to like more things because I want to be fans of things. I want to have many things to love. I love it and many others. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's cool.
Mhm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is next, my friend?
Next up, we have an announcement for The Witcher Season 3 that it is officially in production.
La, 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 la.
So they have a picture of what I believe is Yennefer, Ciri, and Mr. Geralt
And one big ass
sitting on
horse.
some chairs. Yep. I still can't believe they. Well, never mind. I was gonna say a spoiler for season 2. But
Yeah, I know exactly what you. I know what you're gonna say though.
yeah. If you know what I'm about to say, if you know what I was gonna say, then you know. But anyway, they have a little official plot summary for the upcoming season. So I'll read that off too here.
Okay.
As monarchs, mages, and beasts of the continent compete to capture her, Geralt takes Ciri of Sintra into hiding, determined to protect his newly reunited family against those who threaten to destroy it. Entrusted with Ciri's magical training, Yennefer leads them into the protected fortress of Aretuza, where she hopes to discover more about the girl's untapped powers. Instead,
Really?
they discover they've landed in a battlefield of political corruption, dark magic, and treachery. They must fight back, put everything on the line, or risk losing each other forever. So that is your official plot summary for season 3.
Interesting. They gave a lot away with that plot summary. I was not expecting them to go to Aretuza. I haven't read any of the books. I don't know how much this is based on books or any of that stuff because I've never read them. But
Well,
that's
it's definitely based off
neat.
more of the books than the games, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because of that other spoiler that happens that I hated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm curious.
So
I'm curious.
those of you who are unaware, if you haven't been watching our Witcher season 1 and season 2 episodes, Josh and I are not like the biggest fans of the show.
No,
Like
I loved season 1. Season 2 lost me. Dude.
I can speak that for me that like I am more of like a fan of the games. I've never really read the books, so I don't know what's up with that. So anytime I kind of watch the show, I'm kind of like not on purpose, but like I'm comparing it to the games because I just love the games. The game so much, you know, especially that third one. But like, it's just like I don't know, like I love Henry Cavill as Geralt, but like this show just like doesn't. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me as much as like other things, you know.
Honestly, I'll say this: I feel like without Henry Cavill, I would not be a fan of the show. You know what I mean? Like I really because it would lose so much even more. Like Cavill's a fan of the games, and he puts like some of that in the character, even though like you know what I mean. So like it's hard to. But yeah, continue your thought.
I just I try not to like compare the two, but you know, it's just tough when you love the games like I do, and it's like seeing what they're doing with this show, and it's like, man, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me as much, you know. Like I still find it like enjoyable enough for me to keep wanting to watch it. Because if I didn't enjoy watching it, then I just wouldn't watch it, you know. But like I'm still curious enough to keep going with these characters and stuff. Because like Josh said, I love Henry Cavill's version of Geralt. Like it's you know, Henry's a great dude, and he you know he's a fan of a lot of things, and The Witcher is one of them. And you know he definitely has some input into the character that he you know decides to include. So I want the show to be good, but I don't for me I don't seem to love it as much as everybody else does, you know. And yeah, I'm kind of with Josh. I think I enjoyed season 1 more than season 2. Even season 1, like I liked it, but I wasn't like in love with it like everybody else was, you know.
Mm.
So yeah, that's anyway. Season 3, it's happening. Hopefully, I hope it's better than the stuff we've done thus far, just because I haven't really been enjoying it as much, like you guys just heard me speak on. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be good. That's a pretty interesting synopsis.
Yep.
What else we got? Oh, we have some news for the Ahsoka show over on Disney Plus. Star Wars, the Ahsoka series, is that Peter Ramsey, one of the directors of the upcoming Spider-Verse movie, is going to be directing some of the Ahsoka show as well. Production gets underway later this month in LA, with the Spider-Verse filmmaker helming at least one episode. So yeah, Peter Ramsey is going from the Spider-Verse to the Star Wars universe. He's gonna be co-director of the new Spider-Verse movie, and he will be directing at least one episode of Ahsoka. Shooting for the Ahsoka starts later this month. Episode count and additional directors have not been revealed, but we do have some ideas of what the Ahsoka show is going to be. We know people that are going to be in it. We know some of the cast. We know that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is going to be in it. We know that Ivana Sakno is going to be in it. We know that Natasha Liu Bordizu has been cast as Sabine, so she's going to be in it. And then we know that Hayden Christensen is going to be back as Anakin, and then Ray Stevenson is going to be in it as a mystery villain. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this show. But we have ideas. We know based off of Rebels. I'm gonna get into some little bit of Rebel spoilers if you guys don't mind here, just to kind of my idea of what they're gonna be doing here. So you've been warned. Rebel spoilers in 3, 2, 1. All right. So again, Natasha Liu Bordizu is gonna be Sabine Wren in this show. And we know that at the end of Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka and Sabine were going to go off to find Ezra and Thrawn. And we know that in The Mandalorian Season 2, in the episode where Ahsoka shows up, she mentions Thrawn. So I have a feeling that Thrawn is going to be involved in this show. And we have Sabine, and I think we might get Ezra. There's been rumors, hasn't been confirmed, has not been confirmed. So don't take this as it has been. But there's been rumors that Mina Masad, who was Aladdin in the live-action Aladdin movie, might be Ezra in these Star Wars live-action stuff. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. But again, not confirmed yet. But we do have Natasha as Sabine confirmed. We know Hayden's coming back, so I would love to see some like Anakin and Ahsoka, maybe flashbacks to the Clone Wars era, or like Ahsoka talking to a Force ghost Anakin, in the current time. So I'm super curious what they're gonna do with the show, how many episodes it'll be, and all that. But yeah, I'm excited, and it's cool that we got at least one director, Peter Ramsey, for the show. So hell yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Sorry, I was quiet for a lot of that. There, I had the mic muted because a fucking fire truck and ambulance went screaming by, and then I kind of forgot to unmute it. But yeah, I'm. This is gonna be cool. I can't wait. What's next?
Next is something that we talked about a little bit earlier, but the Lakers series Winning Time has been renewed for a second season over at HBO.
Hell yeah, love the show. Can't wait to see more.
Currently on the 6th episode. I haven't watched it yet. I know it dropped yesterday.
Yeah, I think yesterday nighttime because it wasn't there yesterday morning.
So I'll have to check out the 6th episode and see what's going on with that. But yeah, it's I don't want to say too much of what I think yet because we're gonna do an episode on it. But I definitely have some thoughts on this. That's for sure. On the current show. But yeah, I think that the guys they got to play Magic and Kareem are like if you look at them like side by side with the real life stuff, I think they did probably as good
I
as
I did
anybody.
that. I was like trying to look, and I was like, I can see it. You know, like it's like I
Yeah.
see one of the antis guys.
Yeah. But anyway, season 2, so we'll see. I know that like they said that if this show continues like if they renew it like enough like seasons, you know, if it keeps
Mhm.
going, they could go into the Kobe and Shaq years, which I would love to see that, you know. And they're gonna title that the Three Ring Circus. So that's hype. I hope we get to go into that. That'd
That'd
be
be
amazing.
cool.
Yeah. Because as for those of you who may or may not be aware, if you do, then you know what the show's about. But if you don't, Winning Time, this show right now is currently focusing on the '80s Lakers from the Showtime era. You know, with Magic, Kareem, Pat Riley, James Worthy, all those guys. Michael Cooper. Great teams, amazing teams, some of the best teams of all time. And then of course the late great Jerry Buss, one of the greatest owner in sports. Man, that he was
It's a
he was the
character, that's
best.
for sure.
He was the best, dude. He was the best. But anyway, we'll definitely speak on that in when we do an episode on that. But that is it for our TV news.
Cool. What's next? Well, wait. I need to swap. Or don't wait. I'll swap it in. You just roll into the next bit.
Next, we have movie news. We have a few things here before we head on over to the main topic. First thing we have here is that Sharon Stone is in talks to play the villain Victoria Cord in DC's Blue Beetle. And also in addition to this, Raul Max Trujillo will play Carapax the Indestructible Man. And as we know that Cholo Maridueña is going to be Jaime Reyes himself, the Blue Beetle. So that's cool. This is one of my most anticipated movies, man. I cannot wait.
I'm super interested in seeing this. Like, because I'm a fan of his from Cobra Kai, obviously, and
Yeah.
And I like Blue Beetle the character. I think the character looks really cool and dope as fuck. So, but my knowledge of the character is not that deep, to be honest. But I can't. Sharon Stone is the villain, huh? That's
Yeah.
dude. Sharon Stone's an awesome villain. I feel like some shit I've seen her in. Like, go watch her in Casino. Fucking that lady's definitely a villain in that movie. Although I doubt they'll let her say many F words in this one. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah. No, I mean it's not like what I would have imagined, but that's cool, man. Hey, like I like seeing people who are like not typically in like superhero comic book movies in these type of movies, you know, just to see what they could do.
Mhm.
Like when they got fucking Robert Redford to be what's his name in Winter Soldier, I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
like that's cool, man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then obviously William Hurt, R.I.P. to him, when he was Thunderbolt Ross and all that. It's just cool seeing these seeing that stuff. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for that movie, though, dude. I cannot wait. Like honestly, like I just so hyped for that movie.
Yeah.
The next piece of news we have here is that there's going to be another remake for The Crow, And Bill Skarsgård is going to be Eric Draven in this new reimagining. Grammy nominated singer songwriter FKA Twigs is also going to be in this movie.
I have no idea who that is. I'll be honest. I am not plugged into the world of music that much.
Yeah. So Bill Skarsgård previously was Pennywise the Clown in the It movies, and now he's going to be the new Crow. I could see him being the Crow. He's got like the face for it. I think
he's got the look.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's got the look for sure. And then Rupert Saunders, which is the director, says The Crow is beautiful, dark, poetic, and sometimes disturbing. It's a story of love, loss, grief, and revenge. It's a great honor to revisit James O'Barr's iconic comic and reimagine the Crow as a foreboding voice of day. So the only Crow that I've actually seen is the Brandon Lee one.
Yep. Same.
Which is the best one. The 94 one. That I actually like that movie. That movie's great.
That movie gave birth to Crow Sting in WCW, man. Gave us one of the best wrestling characters of all time. And I enjoyed that movie. Like,
that movie's great.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, that movie's good. I haven't seen any of the other ones after that. They've made like several after this one, but I haven't seen any of those, and I don't really care to.
Yeah, I don't have any interest in seeing those.
But the 94 one is great. R.I.P. Brandon Lee. Solid, super solid movie. Yeah, I'll probably give this new one a shot. You know, I mean, why not? Like, I'll check it out, see what they can do. Like I said, I think Bill Skarsgård's got the look. He seems like he could be a good Eric Draven. I don't know much about FKA Twigs' acting. I know she does music, but I don't know how well. I don't think I've seen her act in anything. So that is kind of I don't really have any thoughts on that. But yeah, I don't know.
All right. Sounds like we're done with that topic then. What's next?
Yeah, we are because yeah, like I said, I don't think I've seen her in anything, so I don't know what she can. I don't know her acting ability. Like I know she does music, but like
I don't know shit about it. So
I mean, well, here's the thing though. I know she does music, but I don't like listen to her music. You know what I mean? But I'm aware of like who she is, but I just don't I don't listen to her stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Let's move on then.
Yeah. Moving on. We have a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Little 1 minute dealio here.
I haven't seen this
movie's
yet.
coming out in less than a month.
I can't wait.
We're like 4 weeks away from this or something like that.
I'm pretty excited. Let's check this out.
Let's go ahead and check it out. 3, 2, 1, play. Dream, 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 dream.
Ooh.
Dreaming. Every night. The same dream.
Every morning. The same. Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Strange. The fate of the multiverse depends on us. Careful, Stephen. This path exacts a heavy toll. Okay. Marvel Studios, Doctor Strange in the
Oh, we gonna get weird, friends.
Yep. Every time I see his face getting cubed up into little pieces, it's so trippy, man.
Here's the other thing. I never know how much faith to put in Marvel trailers because they'll edit shit, right? Like and change things in there. We've seen them do it several times in trailers past. So I am, like I know a lot of people are like I am just not gonna say anything in case it turned out to be true, and we're only a few weeks away from the fucking movie. But you know,
Yeah,
like I definitely feel like there might be some playing with trailers. Yeah.
I've heard some things about this movie, and I'm very intrigued to see how they're gonna pull it off. But yeah, there's I don't know if they dropped another one too. I don't know if you want to watch that, but
did they?
Yeah, there's that link in the same notes there. You can just grab that one.
Let's have a look. See here. This is 30 seconds. Yeah, fuck it. We'll watch it. Why not?
Another little 30-second one.
You want to count us down on it?
If you're watching Doctor Strange on a screen this small, you're in the wrong universe. Experience the multiverse of madness.
What is that?
The way it was truly meant to be seen. Big. Prove it.
Oh, I definitely saw a dinosaur.
And there's no place
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the 16-second mark. Look at that. What the fuck?
Get tickets now.
That's weird. Anyway, this movie's gonna be doing some crazy shit. So yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be,
Look at it. That's a fucking T-Rex. Look at that shit.
There he is, man. So we know Jake's all about this.
He's in. He's in. I'm excited for this movie. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the next step is. You know. And my dad loves Doctor Strange. I don't know why, but man, he does. So I'm dragging his ass to the movies.
I always remember. Yeah, you say that. That was like one of his. He used to watch the movie a lot, right? The first Doctor Strange.
He watched it without me. That man watched a movie without me. He never watches movies without me. He watched Doctor Strange without me.
Man.
All right. What's next?
Next thing we have here is that have you heard of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon? It is his like sci-fi thing that he's doing. So he had, I think, pitched something to Lucasfilm like 10 years ago when they bought, when Disney bought Lucasfilm or whatever, because he wanted to do a Star Wars project, and it ultimately they're like, no, we don't want to do that in Star Wars or what, or I don't know what happened, but this movie is his idea for Star Wars, but since they didn't let him do it in a Star Wars movie, he's doing it as his own sci-fi movie. So
hey, yeah, fuck it.
Rebel Moon, and we have some casting. We have some cast for it now. We have Carrie Elwes, Corey Stoll are joining Zack Snyder's sci-fi fantasy Rebel Moon, and you have Michael Huseman and Alfonso Herrera also on board. I recognize the. Oh, did I say Michael? I guess his name is not Michael. It's Mikhail, I think. Anyway, I recognize him from was it the Hill House stuff? I think he was in. And then Alfonso Herrera was in. He's been in some other stuff too, but anyway, pretty. Oh, he was in Ozark and the Sensei. That's where I know him from. That's right. Okay. Anyway, this is yeah. So they're building up a cast for this movie. I'm intrigued to see like what this idea is.
Yeah.
Like part of me is like, well, this must not be that great if they didn't want to do it. If they didn't want to turn it into Star Wars. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm curious to see what Zack Snyder's has had for an idea for Star Wars. Even though this is not Star Wars, like it's still sci-fi dealio. I'm like, all right, I'm still intrigued. I'm still curious.
It's clearly going to be inspired by it because that's what he wanted to do with Star Wars. So
yeah, exactly. So
Curious.
It'll be good. So um the rest of the cast includes Sophia Boutella, Charlie Hunnam, Jaimon Hanzu, Duna Bay, Ray Fisher, Rupert Friend, and Stuart Martin. The story tells of a peaceful colony on the edge of a galaxy that is threatened by the armies of a tyrannical regent named Belisarius. Desperate, the colonists dispatch a young woman, Sophia Boutella, with a mysterious past to seek out warriors from neighboring planets to help them make a stand.
Hmm.
So that is a little bit of a synopsis, plot summary there.
Neat.
But yeah, that is what we have for our movie news. Unless you want to hear about the Spirit Halloween movie.
Nah, I'm good. That is the news, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the news, my friend.
And give it up for the news. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get in our main topic, which will be Marvel Comics
Civil War.
First episode. So we'll see how this turns out, if we want to do more. I hope we do. So yeah, we'll be right back. I'll put some music on for you guys in the break. I'm going to run ads on the break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Clockwork Cantina. It is time for our main topic, which is the Marvel Comics Civil War. We read it. We've read it over. I read it over the past week. I was doing an issue a day, personally for myself, because my brain can get kind of scatterbrained. I don't know if you guys noticed this very much.
Read that shit all in one go because I was like, I can't stop reading this, man.
It was hard.
At the end of each issue, I'm like, yo, I gotta see what's next. Dude.
It was hard. It was hard to not do that.
I originally was only supposed to do like a couple per day, like maybe 2 or 3, you know. And then I was just like, can't do. I gotta keep reading this. But I read it all at once. I took some notes for each issue. There was 7 in total. Civil War from 2006. Started in July 2006 and it ended in January of 2007. I believe.
God, could you imagine reading that, like, and having to wait that long to get to the end? That would be torture. That would be torture to have to wait for the next issue. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine because I read that shit all in one go, so I can't even. March is like, I know, I lived through that.
Yeah, those dark times. So I take it by your enthusiasm that you enjoyed it.
Yes, I did. I did enjoy it. There are some things like that not knowing what comes after this. Not, well, it's for the end stuff, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I got you.
I enjoyed it though. Yes, I did.
I enjoyed it. So, I liked most of it all the way through. Again, I have a caveat here and there, and it's like, listen, guys, before we get started, like, these are like our opinions on these things as well, and it's like, it's also like the first, like, for me, like, actual, like, series run of a thing that's not like a Japanese manga or anything like that I've read. Like, it's like an American comic book. So, like, a lot of those, like, I'll be honest with you, the opening of the Civil War 1, I was like, who the fuck are these dipshits that they open with on the... Because there's a lot of characters that I do not know. I was like, I do not know any of these people in the opening, but they seem kind of annoying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you, because as I was reading it, you start off with the New Warriors, and you know what my thought was? I was like, am I reading the right comic?
Yes! Thank you! I did the same thing!
I was like, am I reading the right thing? And then, like, you look at it, it's like, oh, yes, I'm definitely reading the right thing. But yeah, it just you when you see the cover of Civil War, and you think of because we previously we've seen the movie, so you know that it's not going to be exactly the same because obviously in the comics you can do a lot more. But like you think of like certain characters, like you think the two you think of are Iron Man and Cap, right?
And
They got
Cap,
teams
yeah.
split, and then you got everybody else, and split in between those two sides. But then they start off with the New Warriors, and all of this happens. All of this is a cause because of a fucking stupid ass reality TV show.
Yes.
Dude. I was like, what in the fuck are we doing here, bruh?
I was also like, this dude's name is Speedball? Really? His name is Speedball? I was like, oh my god. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the New Warriors fuck everything up. And literally everything goes to hell.
Child murder! Everywhere I go, child murder happens. A bunch of kids get nuked in the first issue by the school van. I was like, Jesus. But yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same as you, man. When I first saw those first pages, I was like, "Is this the right comic?" Like I really was.
No, for sure. In those first few pages, like, am I reading the right thing? Like, what's going on here?
Also, some of the faces drawn on the New Warriors were like just funny. I think there's a shot of Speedball. It's like, the face on him just looked hilarious. I was like, this is. They started off like super like light and goofy and silly. Because I mean, listen, I'll just be honest. That's what those characters strike me as. They're super weird and goofy and silly and reality show. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it felt very The Boys. You know what I mean? Like, it felt very The Boys to me.
Yeah. I could see that.
And then it leads up to the okay, they're fighting, and look, here goes Nitro, and he explodes into a nuclear bomb and murders the New Warriors, a good chunk of them, and fucking
ton of people.
Yeah, a lot of innocent people. They're right by a schoolyard, and it's just like I could not believe that the New Warriors were this stupid. Did they do like no research on who they were fighting? Like, I feel like you would know that Nitro is like a nuclear bomb. So why the hell did you go and put him somewhere in a public place? Didn't make no sense for them to fight him. But I guess they're young and dumb and wanted to make themselves famous, and a lot of people paid the price for that. You know?
And then I was like, yo, She-Hulk over here talking to Larry King? Like, what's going on?
I know, right? I was like, fucking Larry King.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, there he is talking to fucking She-Hulk, man. And then you got the lady who's guilting Tony over
oh my god, she straight up spits in his face. I was like, ew.
And then after all this happens, fucking Johnny Storm is out like out and about. And they beat the dog shit out of him, dude. They hospitalized his ass. So, Human Torch got torched.
Yeah. I felt bad. Like they show him getting like beat up. Sorry, there was somebody knocking on my doors while I went quiet for a minute. And like they just cut and he's getting the shit kicked out of him, and then they just cut, and I'm like, what the fuck? Did they kill him? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what you think. You're like, what the hell? Did they just beat the shit? Like, is he dead? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, dude. It's but he gets hospitalized, and dude, Maria Hill,
bro,
going at it with Steve Rogers, bro, with Captain America. I was like, fucking Maria, dude. In that moment, I was like, she's a bitch, dude. I was like, why?
Yes, she's
so to do this.
She's so look, man. Like a very little comic book reading in my history, right? Like I know the characters, I know they exist from like cartoons, and I've seen them in the movies and stuff growing up, and I was just like, this Maria Hill is so different from the one that I know personally. You know what I mean? Like,
This isn't Robin Sparkles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fine. It's just like I was not expecting it. That's all.
Yeah, no, she was a bitch, dude. It's like she was like pretty much forcing Cap to hunt down all his friends and shit. He's like, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like this is before the Registration Act has even passed, so Cap wasn't doing anything wrong. He just didn't want to turn in his friends. So yeah, fuck that, dude. I'm definitely Team Cap on all this.
I was also Team Cap. I was trying to like
and then like what was cool?
See both
Seeing
sides.
the Watcher.
Yeah.
Uatu shows up, and then Doctor Strange is like, "Yo, if he's here, that shit is not okay," And then at the end of that first issue, we see that we have Yellow Jacket, Reed Richards, and Tony all together with the pro registration team, and yeah, that's where that one. That's where that first issue ends. But yeah, dude, at the some crazy shit going on, man. Like I still can't believe that all this started just because some stupid kids wanted to film their reality TV show.
I know. I remember like Civil War being a big thing, the comics version, not the movie version. The comic version being a big thing when it was happening, but I wasn't in the comics, but I feel like it tells a lot that the series was very huge growing up. When I heard it, even though I wasn't in the comics, heard about it, like that was like the big thing. Like they're fighting each other. Everybody splits. You got to take a side, like all that stuff. So I think that says a lot about the Civil War comics going on.
Yeah, and then Majin points out that it's reminiscent of when Captain America and the Winter Soldier when he escapes the Hydra Shield folks. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I immediately after that I was like, yo, this is an interesting start. I got to see what happens after this. And then you go on to issue 2, and then there's some interesting stuff that go on in that one as well. I think the biggest thing was that one of the big obviously the big thing is at the end of issue 2. But one of the biggest things that I noticed was like, I mean, anybody who reads this, I'm sure will notice, but you get to see like how much of an asshole Reed Richards is, and like
oh my god,
and how disconnected he is from like Sue and everything else going on. Like he's so focused on like being Team Tony and like pro registration and focusing on his work and stuff, and he's just like Sue's gonna go. She's like off to go visit Johnny at the hospital, and Reed is just like, all right, give him my best or whatever, and he's just not even looking at her. He's just like still focused on his work and shit,
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like what are you doing, bro? Like your wife's brother is in the hospital, and you're just like focused on this other shit, that doesn't. But anyway,
as I was reading, like as I would read an issue a day, I would go into the Marvel channel on Daniel's Discord and I'd tag Majin and I'd spoiler tag. And I think one of the things I tagged was like, Reed Richards is kind of a dick, huh? Like,
yeah.
I didn't realize it growing up, but I guess in the comics, he's a little different.
Yeah. Bit of an asshole in this. But yeah, so then at some point we're at the beginning of the issue, some characters get captured, and then we have to have Cap and the Falcon go rescue them with the Resistance. They have Patriot from the Young Avengers. And they talk about the number 42 facility and but the biggest thing in this issue was at the end where Peter lets everybody in on the secret, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I was laughing at was when fucking they like focus on J. Jonah Jameson.
Yep.
And he like he's like, you better not say a thing to me, lady. Like, you better not say a word. Because the announcement was about to happen, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's like, I've been waiting for this day forever.
Yeah, he's like, you better not tell me, you better not say shit to me, or you're fired.
Oh,
And
that's
yeah,
Spider-Man.
Peter makes a huge mistake, man. He lets everybody in on the secret. He's like, I've been Peter Parker since I was 15 years old, and fucking Jay Jonah just falls to the ground.
I love this. I love this shot. It cuts back to him just like at the empty desk and all that. Yeah. One of the things I haven't really thought about this till just now, as I'm sitting here like reflecting on all the issues. It's like there's characters now that to me feel like just some of the most major characters in Marvel cinema, like the movies and TV series and stuff. Mm-hmm. But in the comics, they weren't that big at the time, so they end up playing like second fiddle to certain characters. Like Daredevil, for example, feels very much like second fiddle, and that goes for a lot of the characters in Civil War. They obviously have a ton of characters in Civil War. They have to focus on some of them. Yeah. Like it happens in issue 1. Wolverine is in the background in a scene and it has like one line, right? And that's not me saying that's not a slight against any of the characters or anything. It's just like some characters at that time weren't as popular, I would imagine, as they are now. Weren't as well known. Some of them were, but also like there's a lot of just characters in general that are in this series. So not everybody can be the shining forefront. Like the biggest players in the Civil War are most definitely Iron Man and Cap. And that's kind of who gets most of the main focus throughout the entire issue run, Civil War run. Trying to use the right comic book terminology. But yeah. I'm trying to remember where we're at now.
So that's the end of issue 2. Is Spider-Man lets everybody on the secret. And then we move on to issue 3. And then from here, they're talking about like, it takes 1 week for the act to pass. And anyone who has superpowers who doesn't register is now a criminal. And then Tony's talking to Peter like, yo, you're bigger than all this now. And then Reed decides to go to Wakanda to talk to T'Challa about Tony's plan and how it's the only chance they've got for the future moving forward. But then I thought it was hilarious. T'Challa's word of advice. He's like, dude, you better call Susan, bro. Like, you better call Sue right now. You better call your wife. You better pay attention to your wife, bro.
Yeah.
You're acting the dumbass right now. Like, you know what I mean? So I thought that was great. I like that little line from T'Challa there.
Yeah.
And then, oh my god, dude, when Tony goes to the X-Men compound or facility or where they're at, and he tries to have a tries to convince them to join, and Emma Frost is like, yo, I'm not buying any of this bullshit you're telling me, because where the fuck were you guys when we needed help? I was like, yo, that's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Just like, one thing I love about this comic, just everybody just being like, fuck you, Tony, and fuck your bullshit, man. Like, get out of here with that nonsense.
Where were you when we needed help? What the fuck? Where were you during this other massive event that I know that happens in X-Men but I've never read, like that happens, but I can't even think of the name of right now.
The genocide.
And the other thing is, like, I don't know the character of Emma Frost that well either, but I'm like, damn, look at her. She's fucking telling Tony the way it is.
Yeah, she's like, where were the Avengers when Genosha died?
Yeah, that's it.
Where were you when our babies were burning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing her clap back at Tony. It was great, man. That was really good.
And she's got a point. Where's everybody? Why doesn't anybody ever help the
Yeah.
X-Men or the mutants out, you know?
And then this is the issue where Nick Fury gets all the Resistance people like the secret IDs, you know, like fake identities and stuff for the Resistance. And you know, it was funny seeing Cap with like a mustache and just being like a security guard or whatever.
Right.
And then you got Hercules being like a IT guy or some shit. And then Daredevil was like an engineer or something. And then the funniest one though was Goliath because he's like, what kind of name is Rockwell Dodsworth? Can you give me something else? I want to be something cool, man. That was that was pretty funny. Yeah. And then there was as they're having that conversation, I like the line that Cap has when he's talking to them about it's the little things that make us who we are deal.
Yeah.
That the whole conversation that they have with them. That kind of like why they separate them, why they don't want to be a part of the registration thing. That was good. I liked hearing that. I like seeing them talk about that. That was good stuff. And then we get to see Sue go talking to Johnny. We see that Johnny's all right. He just real beat up. And then everybody goes out, and the Resistance goes out into action. They're at the Geffen Meyer Chemicals place, and they get hit with a trap, right?
Yeah, it's a trap.
They get trapped by Tony and Shield. There's a Shield helicarrier there with Agent Hill, Maria Hill. And then Tony arrives with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's got his Iron Spider suit on and everything. And Tony's like, "Yo, just give me 5 minutes," or no. Cap is like, 5 minutes is all you've got because if you want to talk to me, and Tony's like, 5 minutes is all I need. But he gets a little surprise.
Yeah.
And the Goliath comes charging in, and the fight begins, right? They all start brawling and fighting each other out here. And Shield is just kind of letting them fight for now. And then just Cap is like, "Yo, you shouldn't have taken two of my boys, man." And he smacks the shit out of him with the shield, and yeah, they go at it, man. Team Cap has Goliath, and Tony has Hank Pym with Yellow Jacket. So you got two big boys fighting each other while everybody else fights each other. And I love seeing like the art of like how they do the panels of all these guys fighting each other, because it's very like it's very cool, man. Like, you got Goliath and Yellow Jacket, and then you got like, Miss Marvel, and then Hercules, and then Luke Cage and all these other guys just fighting each other. And it's just cool seeing the art of it and everything. And then I like another thing where like where Tony is talking, or not Tony, Peter is talking to Steve during the fight, and they're talking about or Peter talks about like Steve's principles or something, and then like Steve kind of flips it back on him, kind of like, "I know you're not talking," So that was Cap has some good lines in this.
There's some cold-blooded lines just throughout the whole fucking run of things. Like, where like, I think even Cap is like, "What does your wife think about you going public?" or something like that. And I was like, "Damn." Mm.
And then the big thing at the end of this issue is that like Tony's just beating the shit out of Tony. Or no, Tony's beating the shit out of Steve, sorry. He's not beating himself up. He's beating Steve up.
Stop hitting
And
yourself.
then stop hitting yourself. And then Hercules is like, yo, better get the hell out of my way, you traitors. He's Iron Man is beating the shit out of Cap, so I gotta get in there. And then I think another Shield agent is talking to Hill, and he's like, "Yo, we got more people on the perimeter, and we're waiting orders or whatever." And then Maria is like, "Yo, hold them on standby. Codename Lightning has first pass at this." And immediately in the next panel, you see fucking Hercules get struck with lightning, and then Daredevil's like, "Oh shit." And it's fucking Thor, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then at this point, I was like, at this point, I was gonna stop at this issue, but then I was like, holy shit, I have to see what the hell happens after this. So I had to keep going, man. I had to keep going.
What's funny is like this is where I had to stop because I was behind a few days and I was trying to do a comic a day, so I had to read 3 comics in one day to get caught up. And I stopped on issue 3. Bro, it was so hard. It was so hard not to
Yeah,
go to the next one.
I was like, I gotta keep going, dude. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's a little
And
nuts.
everybody's like, well, where the hell you been, Thor? Because at this point, I'm unaware of what happened to Thor, right?
Yeah.
Or what's been going on with Thor in the comics. So I have no idea, but he's beating the shit out of everybody. He's like, Wretches, you're not going anywhere, and he just starts wailing on people. And I love that even Steve, even right here, like it reminds me of him in like the movies. Steve is all beat up. Tony's like, Cap, don't get up. I don't want to beat you again, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you surrender, I'll get you medical attention or whatever. And Steve, like the badass that he is like, you think I'm really going down to some pampered punk like you? And I was like, yo, oh, fucking love it, dude. Oh, it's so good, man.
It's so great.
I love the shit talking, dude, that they have in this, man. It's fucking amazing, bro. Yeah, it's so fucking good, man. So fucking good. And yeah, there's just the fight, kind of continues. There's so many people there. And then Hercules is like, yo, you gotta he like attacks Tony while Steve is messed up, and he's like, yo, Falcon, we need to get Cap out of here because he's fucked up. So Falcon picks up Cap and he gets him out of there. Goliath talks shit to Thor like, yo, get ready for the shortest comeback in history. But then Thor's like, I don't think so, and blasts a fucking lightning hole through his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking kills Goliath. And at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on,
straight
dude?
murders him.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit. And everybody else too. Like, you're not the only one thinking that. The rest, everybody there in the comic is like, my
horrified.
God, like what the hell?
Yeah, they're all like horrified.
Like, Thor just killed Goliath. And Falcon's like, yo, we gotta regroup and get the hell out of here, or we're all gonna die. So they kind of have to have a little bit of a tactical retreat. But Thor's like, nah, man, you're all going down. But Sue comes in and is like, yo, get out of here. She kind of shields them for a little bit and tells them to bounce. And yeah, they managed to get out of there. And then meanwhile, Sue is just pissed off at Reed, understandably, for multiple reasons. She is just not happy with what says. She's like, don't say a damn word to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then even people on Tony's side are like, what the hell's going on?
What is that about?
Yeah, we didn't sign up for this,
Well, sign up
And
just to
then, like,
kill people. It's fucked up, man.
and then there's a panel of Watu, you know, the Watcher looking all sad. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So then, you know, Spider-Man kind of starts feeling a little doubtful of you know, because like, yo, we didn't sign up. I didn't sign up for this. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't what I wanted. So
Yeah.
he's you know feeling like he's questioning like all of this right now.
I'll be right back. You keep talking.
All right, and then yeah, this is where they kind of reveal that it's a clone of Thor. That they kind of cloned him, and you know, they hair follicles and skin cells, and you know, Tony being a weirdo like that, and uh, again, this is what I mean by like me not knowing what happened in the other comics at the time. Because like you know that there's something off with Thor when he just straight up kills somebody like that. But I didn't realize that at this point he was technically dead, right? So Thor, like the actual Thor, is like dead at this point, and this is the clone Thor.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that, you know. I'm just like, well, because obviously comic books in general, they're like, yo, they tie stuff in so you can read all the comics, right? Like, go read this run, go read that run, you know, because we're tying everything in and all that. But I didn't know that he was dead during this time. So seeing that happen, you're just kind of like, you know, wow. But then yeah, they reveal that, and then yeah, Majin's like, Tony retained that hair strand from their first encounter. That is super weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If
it
you're
is
gonna
weird.
meet somebody and you take their hair strand, that's a little sus, man. I don't know about that. But yeah, meanwhile at the Resistance base, everybody's just regrouping because Cap got the shit beat out of him, and you know, Cable's talking about uh, you know how they got Thor and whatnot, and you know, like he's just some Frankenstein monster. Um, and then at this point is when we also have some heroes, like not wanting to go to jail, like Wiccan. You know, like they're like, oh, well, you know, we signed up to, you know, we want to fight heroes and not cops and other super. And or, rewind, we signed up to fight villains, not cops and other superheroes. You know what I mean? So that's some of them kind of, you know, uh, decide that this is not what they want to be doing anymore. Uh, and then with the death of Goliath, that kind of, you know, strengthens their desire to want to leave. And then again, another banger line from Captain America. He's like, "Yo, if their freedom means so little to them, then let them go." So it's time, and then they decide to go on and move to a new base. And then at Goliath's funeral, dude, holy shit, man! They had to take up 38 plots.
Yeah.
38 burial plots because he was still, you know, he was still in his giant form. He didn't, they, you know, he obviously didn't shrink down when he died. So they had to, you know, they had to get 38 burial plots for just to put him in there. I can't, like, watching that panel, like, that's nuts, dude. Could you imagine if they did that like in the movie? Like that'd be insane, man. Like that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But at least Tony paid for it, you know. He ended up paying for it, which, you know, understandable. And then I think the other at the end of this episode, we get to see Sue kind of leaving a note for Reed. Yeah, you know how she's leaving and how she feels sorry for, you know, leaving the kids there. Like, you know, kind of explaining that she doesn't want to be, you know, she's not doing this because she's a bad mother, but like, you know, Reed is just being an idiot, So it's definitely understandable why she was she was doing this and left this note and everything. So yeah, it's totally fair. And then throughout all this, we see panels of like the Fantastic Four, and then their family, and then like Sue leaving the note, and then like in one of the panels, there's like a when like Sue's like saying goodbye. Well, good, she's leaving, and she's like saying goodbye to the kids when they're asleep or whatever. Do you remember like back in the day, like I guess 20 years ago, or like even in like the 90s and stuff, when they had those like glow in the dark stars you'd put on your walls or whatever?
Yes.
Fucking, they had those things in here, and I was like, oh man, they're like, are like, it reminded me, like, I was like, oh shit, I remember those things when people used to have those up in their rooms and stuff. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, she leaves the note, and we get to see the panels. It's sad, when that Sue has to resort to do this. But
It's
Reed's a
actually
fucking
really
idiot,
sad.
So
Yeah.
so it makes total sense. But
Did you do the same thing I did, which is as I read it, I literally heard like the movie's voices, like that's how I was reading lines for characters that had been in the movies, right? I was like,
movies, yeah.
As I read the lines, I'm like, I hear that voice in my head as I read it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't think I did. Like, I didn't, but
I couldn't like
I
help it. It was like second nature almost.
Yeah, no, I can see how you would do that. Yeah, I was just so into it though that I was just like reading it like on my own. But no, I could see like anybody who like when as you're reading it, you're like, oh, I can't help but think of Chris Evans reading that, or
Yep.
Like, I would love to hear Chris Evans say some of the shit that fucking Cap said in this, man. Like, it'd be fucking amazing,
Yeah.
But the big thing at the end of this episode, though, or I say episode, at the end of this issue, my bad, is that over at Avengers Tower, is that we have the Thunderbolts at the end, right? Because we have like Bullseye and like Jack-O-Lantern and like Taskmaster, and that's like the final shot of that, the final panel of that frame of that
Yeah.
of that issue.
And I was like, are they really gonna do this? They're gonna have fucking Venom go after these people and stuff. Like, it was.
Yeah, now they got supervillains into the mix, man. So it's all fucked up. But yeah, then we have, so that's issue 4, and then we move on to issue 5, man, where it's like, we got these guys hunting down Spider-Man.
One of my favorite lines is in this issue.
They beat the shit out of Spider-Man.
Yeah, the ever-living dog shit out of him. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill him.
But before all this, I kind of got a little ahead of myself. He has a conversation with Tony, about how he doesn't want to do this anymore. And then like Tony tries to tell him that, yo, you gotta stick with us here, and Spider-Man's like, just get out of my way, man. And then Tony brings up Mary Jane and Aunt May and stuff, and then fucking Peter like punches Tony out of the way, dude. And Tony shoots at him, but Peter leaves, and then they send I believe it's Jack-O-Lantern and what's his name, the Plunderer, right? No, the Jester.
I don't remember.
Jack-O-Lantern and the Jester, I believe, and they beat the shit out of his ass.
Mm-hmm.
They messed Peter up big time. And just as he's getting the shit beat out of him, Jack-O-Lantern gets popped in the head. You see a bullet fly through his head. And everybody's like, "What the hell?" And as soon as I saw those white
I knew.
boots on the floor,
I knew exactly who that was.
like, holy shit, dude! They brought in Frank fucking Castle, dude. The Punisher himself.
Yeah, boy.
Like, and they don't even tell you or show you that it's him. But as soon as I saw those white boots, I was like, "Who the hell else is it gonna be?" Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes sense. Like if Tony's gonna go to the villains, you think the Punisher is gonna be okay with that? Fuck no, man. He's not gonna be okay with that. He's the Punisher.
And then did I notice the laser on Jack-O-Lantern's head before he got popped? I don't think I did.
I don't think I saw it either. I
don't think I did. No,
I was too invested to not. I wasn't paying enough attention, I guess.
Yeah. But his head gets popped, man. And then back over at Cap's new HQ, Sue and Johnny have their like fake IDs or whatever. Or fake ident, yeah. And then they go over to the HQ, and then everybody's talking about the Cloak and Dagger and Hulkling, and then trying to figure out what this number 42 stuff dealio is. And then Frank enters, and he's got Peter all fucked up. He's like, "I need a medic, like right now."
Mm-hmm.
And then Falcon's like, "The Punisher," and then Steve, Cap is like, "Medics, get over here, like right now." So they kind of have to stabilize Peter because he's beat the hell. But Frank is like, "Yo," everybody's wondering like how like I thought Peter was on the other team, but then Frank is like, "Yo, he's on our side now." But then Falcon's like, "Yo, since when are you on our side, Punisher?" And he's like, "Since the other guy started, having thieves and killers on theirs, or so, something along those lines."
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that whole the whole thing of like, you see, Tigra kind of being a rat.
Yeah.
Off on the side, she's got her phone out. She's got a Stark phone, and Tony is like the main contact. She's the call, right? She's got Carol, Janet, and Simon on there as well. But she's about to call Tony. And Luke Cage is talking, but Cap is like, "Yo, I'm trying to think here. Let me think." Over in Hell's Kitchen, though, you got Mr. Fantastic and She-Hulk have captured Daredevil with the help of Shield, I believe. And they take him over to Rikers Island. And Tony's talking to Daredevil. About his bullshit.
He might have my favorite line in the whole Civil War series, which is like, well, they find like a coin, a silver dollar under his tongue or something, and he's like, "I brought it for you. That's one of your 31 pieces of silver," which is what Judas was paid to betray Jesus, if you know your religion. And I was like, "Fuck, that's so blooded," like.
It's a crazy line, dude.
It's my favorite line. I love it. And then as it ends, Daredevil was like, "Sleep well, Judas." I was like, "Fuck, dude."
And that's the end of issue 5. Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, that's a cold fucking line. Who goes through the trouble to bring a silver dollar with them? Just to fucking piss shit on Tony Stark, dude. That's some petty shit.
That's one of the things I love about this comic. This Civil War stuff is everybody just shitting on Tony, dude. It's fucking great.
It's so funny. And
oh, we found a silver dollar under his tongue. he said he's been saving it for you, and he's like, a silver dollar? I don't understand. That's 31 pieces of silver you've got now, huh? Sleep well, Judas.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Good
I love
stuff.
that line.
That's issue number 6, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's issue number 5. My fault.
Yeah, 5.
Issue number 6, though, they started off with the Shield base in Arizona. They have all these like new heroes that they're naming them after like Greek gods or whatever, and they're planning on calling them the champions. Have them be in California while the Avengers are in New York. Kind of thing, you know. And then we have Frank Castle, the Punisher, infiltrating the Baxter Building. Because he kind of is like, yo, I can infiltrate anything, right? And Cap is kind of like, you know, guiding him through it, telling him what he needs to bring, you know, information on and whatnot. You know, the number 42 complex, the super prison, where they, you know, keep everybody at in the negative zone. And then Sue goes to fucking Atlantis to meet up with fucking Namor, dude. I was like, oh shit, they're putting Namor in this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the initiative. Yeah, fucking Namor just chilling on his throne on Atlantis and shit. So she tries to recruit him to the rebel raid that they're going to be going on. And then meanwhile, this is happening. Fucking, you know, back at the Resistance, you know, Captain America's crew of Secret Avengers. There was a funny line that that Frank has for Luke Cage and Peter Parker. That like Luke and then Peter are talking, like, "Yo, you feeling better, Spider-Man?" And he's like, "Yo, I'm doing all right, you know." But he's like happy that he's got his old suit back or whatever. And he's like, "Yo, it gives me." And Luke Cage is like, "Yo, it gives me a good feeling too, man. Things are getting back to normal." And then fucking Frank Castle's like, "Yo, you two want to get a room?" He's like, "Oh, what's up, honey? You jealous?" That shit cracked me up. That was a good line.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then later on, we have villains coming back to join in with everybody at the Cap, you know, HQ. They're looking at Rikers, trying to formulate the plan of the raid that they're gonna go on. And then they're talking about like numbers, about how, you know, Tony's team has like more numbers in them or whatever. But then they're like, "Yo, Diamondback, what the hell's going on here? Like what is this?" And then they also bring villains in because they're like, "Yo, if Iron Man has villains, then you need villains on your team, right?" And then fucking Frank is like, "Nope," and he straight up just
he just shoots him.
He kills Goldbug and the Plunderer. And Cap is upset, dude. He's like, "You murderous piece of trash."
This leads to like one of my favorite moments in the whole series too.
And he's like, "Yo, they were bad guys, Cap." He's like, they're thieves and killers." He's like, "Shut up!" But he just starts wailing on him, dude. And then like at one point, there's a panel where fucking Cap bashes his head with the shield and like his knee or some shit. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, that will fucking hurt, bro." And then Cap was like, "Fight me, you coward." And then Punisher's like, "Not against you."
Yes, dude, I loved it throughout the whole fucking thing, throughout the whole fucking ass kicking. Frank does not ever attempt to fight back against Cap because he can't, because it's Cap. Like, you can't throw hands like with like your hero, right? Someone that inspired you growing up. Like they even mentioned it in one of the panels. Like he grew up with, you know, he's
Yeah.
probably inspired by
It's,
Captain America.
I think Patriot was the one that was like, "Are you kidding me?" Cap's probably the reason why he went to Vietnam, you know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Same guy, different war." And then and then Steve is like, "Wrong. Frank Castle's insane."
Yeah. I loved it. I think
Yeah,
I
that
even
was
messaged Maj and I was
good.
like, fuck, that was a good moment. I was surprised when I looked up some comments on it that people didn't like how the Punisher acts in the comic series, but I was like, I thought it was fine. I loved it. I love that he wouldn't throw hands at Cap. I love that
Yeah,
he's
no.
like, he's uncompromising. Like that's, to me, that's kind of like what the Punisher is. He's uncompromising. He's not gonna deal with villains, not with murderers and thieves.
Yeah. Yeah, but then we get I think Tony's talking to Miriam Sharp. You know, the lady that lost her son during during all this. About how, and you know, talking about building the gardens in the children's honor and whatnot. But what really got me, or what really was interesting to me, was the conversation that Uatu had with Doctor Strange
Yes.
in another panel. How they're like, "Yo," Uatu's like, "Dude, like, aren't you like? Don't you just want to go down there and end it with your power? You know, like you could stop this with the gesture or a whisper." And then Steven is like, "Nah, man. That's why that's exactly why I can't, because you know I don't you know
Just
I
like,
don't want to influence anything, you know."
yeah, it's not my place to
Yeah,
influence the evolution of the superhuman role or whatever. It's a good line.
yeah. He's like, I just hope that whatever wins is the best for mankind, you know. But then the raid happens. They go to Rikers, and then everybody's there, and guess what? It's another trap. They were waiting for them. So then you see the shot of, you know, Tony's side with everybody on his team. It's a crazy shot. You got like Tony and like Mr. Fantastic and like Venom and Yellow Jacket, Taskmaster, and you know, She-Hulk and whatnot, and everybody who's on that side, right? I
Yeah.
love when they have like these panels and you get to see like, yo, here's everybody on this side, here's everybody on this side, you know, and like you kind of get to see like, yo, this is who's on, you know, on this side, and here's where they're at. But then Tiger gets revealed to be the the rat, the mole, and they're like, yo, we already know about her. Like,
It's like, yeah, we fucking knew.
Yeah, like we already knew, man. Like this ain't a reveal.
You ain't the only one with a spy, fool.
And then on the flip side, fucking it looks like Hank on Team Tony is like switching sides too, but then it's revealed to be Hulkling from the Young Avengers. And then like Reed has a realization like, yo, if he could mimic Hank and like he could do whatever the fuck he wants. Like,
Yeah, they mentioned like his eyes, I think, his retinal scans, because I remember that line just sticking out to me, the retinal eye thing, because I was like, I have no idea who this character is. They're explaining the power set a little bit here. I need to pay attention, you know?
Yeah. And then like I love the money shot at the end, like the final thing of this issue. It's just like literally like Civil War. Like you have Team Cap, Team Tony, and you see them lined up and everybody on each side, and it's great, man. Like you get to see,
throw down.
You get to see who stands where, man. Like it's fucking cool, man. You got like Kate Bishop and like Daredevil, Patriot, Hercules, fucking Cloak and Dagger, Johnny and Sue, Peter and the Falcon over on Steve's team. And then yeah, you get like, you know, Tony's side over there too, like everybody over there. Man, it's great, dude. I love shots like that, or you know, like panels like that. But that's the end of the 6th issue, and then we get to the last one, baby. So this one starts off with the Avengers Assemble line from Cap, which, you know, classic, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
You gotta go with it. He's like, Avengers assemble, and they start scrapping, man. They start wailing on each other, start beating each other up. And they're trying to like close the gateway to Rikers. And then like I think it's was it Dagger and was it T'Challa? I think it was
Yeah, I think
Dagger
so.
and T'Challa, right?
Yeah, because Black Panther earlier tries to remain neutral at one point, but ends up not doing that. Ends up kind of going Team Cap.
Yeah, I think he says something like yeah. Because because it's when it's in the last in issue number 6. I forgot to mention this. That like they talk about like as they're like recruiting people for the raid or whatever. That like Doctor Strange is like out of reach. Wolverine won't break away from the X-Men because they've kind of taken their, you know, like, yo, we're not gonna take part in any of this because you guys didn't help us out, so fuck everybody. And then like Black Panther told Falcon that he and Storm are gonna be joining. That's right. Yeah, I forgot to mention that in the last issue. But yeah, back to issue 7 though.
To be fair, a lot of shit happens in these comics.
Yeah. So
and there's a lot of characters.
Cloak, there's a lot of characters. Cloak gets everybody out of Rikers and like teleports or transports everybody outside of the Baxter building. And everybody just falls out of the sky.
They just fall out of the fucking sky.
Yeah,
I was like, he's gonna kill somebody.
And like destruction, and like people are running around. They're like, what the hell's going on here? And just all hell breaks loose, man. Like back in the streets again. People are whooping on each other, wailing. People are running, and it's all bad, man. It's all bad. There's a line in this where Peter's like beating this, like he just like, you see the panel of him like beating up on like 4 dudes, and then Reed's like amazing. And Spider-Man's like spectacular. It kicks fucking Reed in the neck. Bro.
Yes, I loved it.
So good.
It was so good.
It was so great. Dude.
I loved it. I was like, that's so good. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. And then fucking in the midst of this battle, while they're going at it, everybody looks up, and it's fucking Namor, dude.
Yeah.
Imperious Rex. And he just starts fucking, you know, helping out Team Cap. And She-Hulk's like, yo, it's Namor. We gotta, you know, Team Cap is gonna beat the shit out of us, you know. But then Tony's like, yo, take it easy. You remember who we got on our team? And then they bring back Clone Thor. Have at thee, traitors. And they you know, the fight continues, man. And then here we are again, dude. We get a rematch. Cap versus Tony. But Cap is like, yo, I know you won last round, but this time things are gonna go differently. And a Vision fucks with Tony's suit.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve's like, I'm not playing fair this time, bro. Like,
he plays dirty. He's like, I'm gonna fight dirty this time. Let's go.
Yeah. And Vision like compromises Iron Man, and then even Cap is like, now I'm fighting dirty. And fucking starts beating up on him. Clone Thor's like, oh shit, he notices that Iron Man's in trouble. But then Hercules is like, yo, fucking don't worry about him. Worry about your damn self. And Hercules starts punching the shit out of Thor.
Yeah.
And then like
Thou art no Thor.
Yeah. Taskmaster starts shooting at Sue, but then Reed gets in the way and gets hit instead.
He takes the bullet.
Takes the bullet for his wife. And then you see the close up of Taskmaster, like, oh shit, this is not good. And Sue fucks him up. And then again, we have the fight of Hercules and Thor. Taskmaster gets Yamcha, yeah, pretty much. Which is funny because he kind of leaves him in a little bit of a crater, huh? Yeah. Not a huge one, but it's like, yeah, definitely a funny one. But yeah, I love the shit talking of Hercules to I mean, I love the shit talking in general and all these issues. But like Hercules to Thor in his moment too is like, he's like, how dare you like wear the flesh of Odinson? You know, he's like, I knew him, I knew Thor. He was a friend.
He was my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like you said, he's like, yo, thou art no Thor. And he just destroys fucking
cracks his fucking head open.
Yeah, what else is in my notes here? What did I have here for this one? So Cap is wailing on Tony, and Tony's like, yo, finish it. What are you waiting for? And then like civilians just start tackling Cap, like, get off, get the hell up, get off of him or whatever. And then everybody's like, what the hell's going on, you know? And then meanwhile, Cap's like, please let me go. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you guys. Like, leave me alone. And meanwhile, the civilians are like, oh, you're not. It's a little late for that, dude. And then there's like a pan out of the city in complete destruction and ruin. And then Cap comes like he like comes to the realization of like, yo, we're not fighting for them anymore, man. He's like, we're just fighting. We're just fighting against each other, you know?
Yeah.
And then they're like, I think Johnny's like, yo, what are you doing, man? Like, if you stop, they're just gonna throw us in jail if you surrender. And then like I think everybody on Team Cap else is like, yo, we're beating them, man. Like, we're winning. Like, what do we, you know? But then Cap is like, yo, they're not arresting Captain America. They're arresting Steve Rogers. And he kind of just surrenders.
Yeah.
And he orders everybody else to stand down too. And you see Frank pick up Cap's mask on the floor. And we kind of get to see the aftermath of everything that happens. Like the initiative launches, which is like where they want to have like superhero teams in all 50 states. So you have like all these different teams now forming up. And then like obviously some people were not down with that. And others fled to different areas, like US Agent and like Beta Ray Bill went to fucking Canada because they're like, yo, we don't like this. We want to move to what we're used to. And then Cap's followers remained like in an underground movement. And then you see Spider-Man with the symbiote suit, you know, with the all black suit. And Luke Cage is like, yo, that's a dope fit, man. Like, I like that. And then kind of like Tony gets like promoted to be like Shield's new
director.
like the head of Shield, the director of Shield. And then Reed finally apologizes to Sue, and with a note of his own, and she comes back. But yeah, that's kind of how it ends, huh?
Yeah, it
It
ends
just have
there.
flames everywhere, and
And
then Tony's the new director of Shield, and that's like the start of what is to come.
yeah, you only get like a little bit of the fallout. And my only complaint with through the whole series is just kind of how it ends. I feel like there's a
Yeah.
little bit better way to do the cat being grabbed by civilians. I feel like if he'd looked up and seen like a kid looking at him or something like that just happened to be in the war zone, like I feel like that would have been enough. Everybody kind of grabbing on him was a little weird to me. Like I don't know. It took me out of the moment, I guess. Like, I feel like it would have been like if you had done the moment where he's got the shield up, he's fixing to strike down on Tony, and he looks up and he just sees a kid in the midst of
like, "Oh,
all
shit."
of this destruction, right? I feel like that would have been like a little bit better way to end it personally, and that's really my only complaint. It's hard to write an ending on something this epic, I feel, because there's just so much involved.
Yeah, I was also like, damn, that's how it ends, dude. Like, what the hell?
Mhm.
Oh, I kind of was thinking like, yo, the bad guys won. No, like Team 21. What the hell is this, dude?
I
But
was
no,
always Team Cap, but I always tried to see
Yeah.
things from Tony's perspective as well, and that side's perspective. Like because it's very easy. It really is very easy to be like,
yeah, I know. It's easy to
this
choose
side's
sides and
really
then
right, and like
say
this
whatever,
side's
yeah,
really
yeah.
right. Like, so that part definitely felt realistic to me, but I was always Team Cap. Like,
No, yeah, same.
mm-hmm. But yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I loved reading it. I only really had the one complaint, which was a very minor one. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get in there, even though I didn't know a lot of the characters. Like to kind of get to meet them was kind of neat. Like characters were at the forefront that I didn't really know a whole lot about, like Goliath, and then they get murdered by Thor clone, and things of that nature. So overall, I really enjoyed it personally, and yeah, I just kind of wish I wish they'd had a little bit more time to establish the fallout at the end, like because this obviously is not like this isn't over kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like it's over, but it's like it sets up a bunch of end stuff for like the next phase of what
Maja
they're doing.
says it sets up like big events for like what's to come, right? So
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. But yeah, I was like, man, that's kind of it did feel like a weird ending to me. I was like, man, like damn, like that's how it ends, But yeah, another thing that I didn't mention was that they called it number 42 the place because it was like the idea number 42 out of like 100 or whatever, is like what Tony was saying. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun to read them though, man. Like it was fun reading all this. I couldn't like stop. I was just like, I gotta keep going, man. I only meant to just read like a couple a night, but then I was like, I can't, dude. I ended up reading it all in one go. So in that regard, it was good for me, like just having 7 issues, because it's like, all right, cool. Like it's not like a lot, but it's not like too, like it's not a lot and it's not too, like it's not too low either. Like I think it's like a good amount of issues,
Yeah.
Like 7 is good. Like because if we're thinking about it, like in a TV show kind of thing, it's like 7 episodes. Nowadays, there's shows with like 8 episodes, 6 episodes, so it's not, not bad. So Yeah, no, I had a good time reading it though, man. There was a lot of interesting stuff in here. Some characters that I didn't know about either, but it's always good to find out more. I'm curious, like what some of the like pre like some of the things that led up to this were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like obviously Thor was dead at this point because that's why they had to clone him and stuff. And so I'm wondering like how he died and what happened with that, and you know why the new warriors were so stupid, you know, with their stupid reality TV show that led to all this fuckery.
Yes. Oh my god, I still can't believe I opened the first issue and I see those goofballs and I was like, "There's no way this is the right thing."
I know. I was like, "Am I reading?" I literally was like, "Am I reading the right thing?" And it's like you go back to the cover and it's like, "Yep." And Majin says there is a road to the Civil War, so you can check that out too. Yeah. At
Cool.
some point. So that's pretty cool.
All right.
But yeah, it was a fun thing.
I had fun. Yeah.
Like Josh was saying, it's something that like we've heard about for a long time, right? The Civil War comics that led to the movie and all that, right? But I never actually read it myself. Like it's because it is something that you hear about. Like it came out in 2006, so it's been out for a while now. But yeah, it's just something that like I've heard about. I remember hearing about, 'cause it's a big deal, and it is a big deal, like the way it ends and everything, and stuff that goes down. There's a lot of consequences that come from this.
Yes, sir.
So I'm like having read it now, I'm curious like what happens before and what happens after, But yeah, you got any other thoughts on
No,
Marvel
just
Comics' Civil War?
on Civil War I don't, but on this segment I do. Like I really enjoy that we did this. I'm glad we did it. I want to do it more.
No, like
I
just
want to read
reading
more
comics.
comics. Yeah, I want to read more
Yeah, I
comics. I
mean,
want to.
we'll definitely have to.
I want to
We'll
learn more
definitely need more for
characters.
sure. Yeah, we'll definitely
Like
need more for sure.
because I got introduced to so many, and I was like, man, I wish I knew who some of these people were a little bit more.
I did notice, Majin. Yeah, I noticed that Hulk wasn't present because, for those of you who don't know, Hulk is like my favorite of the Marvel, superheroes. And yeah, I noticed that he was not. I was like, we have Hulkling, but why is there no Hulk? And we had She-Hulk as well. So there's She-Hulk and Hulkling, but there's no Bruce Banner. So I'm like, what's going on here, man? So you're missing a Thor, you're missing a Hulk, you're missing some characters, man. Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
But yeah, wonder what he was doing as well. Or was he busy with like World War Hulk or whatever the hell during this time? I honestly don't know, but he was okay. Well, that makes sense then. That's kind of the first thing that came to mind, so that makes sense if that's what he was doing. Okay.
All right. I am dropping.
But yeah, I agree with you though. We're definitely gonna be doing more of these in the future. I don't know when the next one will be. When the next one of these comic episodes we do, because next week we have another retro rewind.
Oh shit! Is it yours or mine? I can't even remember.
It's yours. It's Chinatown.
Yes, China. Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be fun.
So we're gonna be doing that, and then the week after that, I haven't started the show yet, but I gotta watch Rome because we're gonna be talking about Rome. So we're gonna be doing that the next few
oh
weeks.
shit, Rome. I'm gonna rewatch it too.
So yeah, we got that we got that coming up. So I don't know when the next one will be, but yeah, looking forward to that. I definitely am curious to do more comic episodes. We'll definitely do like we're gonna do more Marvel. Well, I want to do some DC. I want to do some Star Wars comics. I want to do all kinds of stuff. So we maybe we'll dive into other stuff. Like I want to read the Fables comics. Maybe I'll do that in my own time though, because I don't know if Josh wants to read that, but I definitely
I
want to do
mean,
that.
look, man, if we're gonna do it on the show, I'll fucking do anything. I don't care that much. Yeah, I mean,
So we'll have to see what other comics we do, but there's a lot out there, man. Maybe we can read the Invincible comics now that we've seen the show. You know, I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there we could do.
yeah.
But I had fun doing this. It was really fun. Like honestly, I couldn't stop reading them, man. It was like one issue after the other. I was like, I can't stop here, man. I was like, I don't know how Josh could wait, dude. I had to just keep going, man. I was like, I can't, man.
You know, it was probably a lot of reasons why I was able to be like, okay. Well, part of it was I had to prep D&D stuff, so it was like I can't spend all this time doing this other stuff. But it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that damn much. It was kind of hard not to keep going. But I was also like afraid to do it. I was afraid to do it all at once. I was afraid it'd slip out of my mind. But I didn't want it to. I wanted it to give it like a time to cement in there.
Yeah, I get you. That's why as I was reading them, I was taking notes on each issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit about everything. But no, yeah, it was really cool. It was really interesting. I'm glad that we finally read it, because now not only have we seen the movie, but we have seen the show as well, or the comic. We've read the comic as well. So now we can, anytime somebody talks about, the Civil War comics, you can be like, yeah,
we read
about
it.
that. Yeah.
We knew it. We did it. We did it, team.
We synced it.
We synced it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it for show. I think.
That will.
I think we need to wrap it up so Daniel can go get something to eat. I know you guys saw me eating as we were talking, because I was like, I'm starving, so I had a Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, that's what I was eating on as we were talking.
I'm gonna eat I think I'm gonna have me a calzone, dude. I think.
Oh, hell yeah!
I haven't had one of those in a while, so that'll be good.
Hell yeah! All right, I'm gonna throw Daniel up so he can say his goodbyes. Here we go. You're up.
All right, guys. I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys next time. Coming up for me tomorrow, I'm going to be playing more Lego Star Wars. We're going to start the sequels. The Force Awakens tomorrow. Probably do The Last Jedi on Tuesday. And then... tomorrow is Tuesday. Force Awakens tomorrow. Last Jedi on Wednesday, and then The Rise of Skywalker on Friday, or no, Thursday. Jeez, my days are all out of the loop. I don't know what I'm talking about. More Lego Star Wars on stream. Videos are going up on YouTube if you want to check out my playthrough. The Phantom Menace should be up there, and then Episode 2 and the other prequel, the other two prequels and the original trilogy will be going up in the next several days and weeks to come. Other than that, I'm excited to watch Rome and Chinatown, and continuing to watch the Winning Time show and then the Halo show and all that. I'm curious about what's to come with that. And yeah, I'm just come hang out on stream, man. If I'm playing Lego Star Wars, I'm chilling. We're reviving. And yeah, we'll see you guys over on the next one. Bye-bye and peace out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for all the support that you show us on this channel. Thank you to everybody that pops up for the cantina, even when we miss a week, you need a week off or something with everything going on. Just know we love and appreciate you guys doing that. I don't have any plans for any streams or anything at the moment. I'm still kind of in like a weird phase where I'm getting back to normal. So go hang out on Daniel's stream. He streams like every day of the week, and it's awesome. And I'm in there sometimes hanging out, and sometimes we're playing games together. And sometimes, just hanging out and talking in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, well, that'll be the end of the show. I'm going to host somebody. I'm probably going to host Blind Wave because I think Aaron's doing a Halo 2 right now. So that's probably what we're going to do. So we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.